That sounded like the intro to Tunic Tunic Ton for a second, and now it's in my head.
Techie Techie Tom?
Tunic 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 Ton Ton Ton.
Oh.
Okay, so making a post on the Patreons. All right. Publishing to $10 or more. Publish now. Hey, everybody. You're welcome for the quickie. I literally just finished uploading it and publishing it right before this. So that's why I'm like 5 minutes late. So I haven't even read the comments. It's possible that everybody hates me.
Yeah, they're like, wow, you actually like this race baiting movie, Adam? Wow, wow.
Hello.
This race baby movie.
Hello.
Hey, hello. How are you?
Pretty good.
Lucas.
Lucas. The Lucas?
You got it.
Lucas Crane. What was his last name?
Kane.
Kane.
The
Lucas Kane.
The Lucas Crane.
Is a gaming channel reference. Ugh.
Nobody here watches that.
You better get familiar with the memes if you want to understand anything we're saying ever.
They only speak in meme.
Hello, lyrics
Hello.
from ... Wait, let's see. I can't see.
Yes,
Google's shortening your name. Hey, it's Blooser the Fox.
No.
Yeah.
No. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I was gonna say that or like Romania. I don't know. I mean, like the two words you gave me. It was like, there you go.
You're racist.
All of yours fans are from Sweden, Adam.
Oh sweet. Yeah, that's true.
Nice.
Yeah, you got a lot of
I do.
Swedish fans. But
I know, right?
Pie. Sorry.
I'm not.
He doesn't even know I exist. He liked my tweet, but he didn't follow me, which shows disdain.
You ever have like a big YouTuber like give you some acknowledgement when you were little? And I'm not like talking age-wise, like number-wise.
You're still little.
Hello?
That's why you're sitting on the big boy chair. Hi.
Hello. I was gonna say Tobuscus left a comment on my fucking channel like 7 years ago.
I'm just gonna say it's been. Some of you might remember me. I don't know.
I remember you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, just to say I'm following you on Patreon again. I'm just
noticed.
popping in though to say hello. I actually have to go now. So,
Oh shit!
Someone else
thank you
can
for
take my
dropping by.
space for this one, but yeah.
Thank you for dropping by.
I'll be
and
back
thanks
for
for
the next one probably. But yeah.
Well, I'm a brand new
Thanks for dropping
Patreon
in.
supporter myself.
Why, thank you
Take
very
care.
much. Who said that?
Me, Wildebeard.
Yes, there you are.
Yes.
Just 'cause
Yay!
Like your
there's just a
Woodward
picture,
avatar.
and I have to look at
Yeah, my picture's
which
not showing
audio
up for some
things come
reason.
up. Oh, whatever. Like there's a picture. There's a picture, just not like moving picture. There's
Yeah.
a still image.
One of those moving pictures.
One of those
of
newfangled.
of my like drawing or whatever.
Yes.
Oh, good. I made a little fan art thing for you.
Oh shit.
Oh shit!
He's gonna make a thing.
What should I guess I could link you to the DeviantArt page.
If it's online publicly, you can post it in the
Chat.
just right next to it in the Google Hangout. There's a group chat here. Alternatively, I do also have the YouTube chat open because, as mentioned in the message, it is live streaming to the
Just mark
vlog
it.
channel.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let's
So
see.
if you post the link in the Google Hangout chat, I'll just copy and paste it to the YouTube chat.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm just gonna click on it.
Somebody asked, does Mark?
Oh, it's a Google Drive.
It's my time. I'm answering a question.
I need permission to access the file, which
What?
so you linked me a Google Drive. Mark, you can say whatever you want to say after this. But we're trying to figure out how to view this fan art. I haven't even listened to what you were saying. All I know is that you're trying to talk at the same time. All right. If there's a DeviantArt
this link
link,
to the
then that would
DeviantArt.
probably work better.
Okay.
If you're comfortable sharing your DeviantArt.
Ernest.
Yeah.
Or you could alternatively save the image and upload it to Imager. Oh, too late.
Or Image Shack.
Too late. Now you have to see my cringy art on DeviantArt.
Mature content. I have to sign in. Oh
Fuck
fuck!
off,
Upload it to Imager.
God.
Yeah, I don't remember my DeviantArt. I haven't logged in since
Fuck.
like 2007 or some shit.
So, anyways, I'm kidding.
Fuck.
Go ahead.
Ah,
You
good
did-
bullshit.
You can just enter your birth date and
Yeah.
do it that way.
You don't have to log in.
Thank you.
So
I can just enter my birth date. I don't actually
it's
have
right
a-
below it.
okay. I don't know. Okay, I
Okay.
just glanced at
Hey,
it.
who gets a DeviantArt
Okay.
account?
Hey,
Birth
Who
date,
uses this
January
gay-ass
1st, 1901.
Now we know.
I have reviewed DeviantArt's terms of service.
Speed reader.
Ah, that's awesome. I like the reference to that
Yeah.
picture. That was actually, if you want to know the backstory behind that picture. But thank you so much for this. This is great. I'm gonna
welcome.
leave this tab open. The backstory behind the picture of me. I'm just gonna post the link in the YouTube chat. Don't worry, you guys. You'll see it. The background to that picture. There was a party in Edmonton at my brother's house, I think, or something. It was a party involving like my brother and his friends, and they always did a bunch of crazy party shit. And the night was like, they called it a Rubik's Cube party, where everybody had to like
Solve
Like-
Rubik's cubes.
where no, like I forget the complete rules, but basically It was
Brain
something-
teaser Party.
it was something like you had to wear like really brightly colored clothes, and you had to wear different, like, you know, a different color top than your pants or like socks or whatever.
At
And by
it was
the
a
end-
giant orgy, and it looked like a Rubik's cube, all mixed up.
By the end of the night, you basically, to win, and I don't remember what you got, like if you got anything for winning or what the fuck. It was kind of stupid, but like I think the goal was to wind up with like the same colored clothes by the end of the night. So it was literally just people swapping clothes the whole night. So that wasn't even my shirt, and I don't
Oh.
remember how it got on me, and I don't remember how that picture was taken. But
Too many booze.
all I remember is where that was, because I just got so trashed, and I don't know how that shirt got on me, and I don't know where my shirt went. So
Is that the story you're going with?
that's what happened.
Officer.
Right.
Yeah.
Fake news.
I was
Sad.
gonna say, Ernesto said like 12
Sad.
hours ago, does Mark lift? And I said yes. I want to say yes. Every
too
time I
good.
have to put a burrito on my face, I lift. I get the really hefty
Burrito.
ones.
Can I just say that my favorite meme right now is just
My name is Jim.
no, it is. I'm kind of glad you're interrupting me, because that means that you can't ever call me out on it, because this is
No, it's
immortalized.
revenge. It's revenge.
No,
interrupting.
this is fine. I'm not gonna like blame. I still have what I'm gonna say, so I'm not gonna blame you for making me forget. or
It's
some
fine.
shit.
You made me wait 5 minutes to do a burrito joke. It's fine.
I was having a conversation with a patron in my Google Hangout for them.
Just fuck off.
My favorite meme right now
Stop.
is just typing sad with an exclamation mark and tweeting it, and just having it in a random tweet. Because Donald Trump does that all the time, and it's the funniest fucking thing. Sad!
Exclamation.
With exclamation. No capital letters, or just sad is all one word. Capital S, lowercase a, lowercase
Firmly
d,
confirming that it's
exclamation mark. That's my favorite meme right now.
He's got like 4 characters left, and he's like, "What should I write?" Oh yes, sad. That's it. Great. Not period. Sad.
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 I think
Just
it's
in
funny.
general, sad.
Yeah, I just saw the that all-female directed horror film XX, and that was
Oh, you
my
saw
only
it?
reaction. It was just sad. That's how I felt
Yeah,
afterwards.
that's your review. Sad.
It's one of those things where like there's one good short out of them, but it's not even good. It's just that the rest are so fucking terrible that by comparison, it's like a decent 6
How
out of
many
10.
are there? There's like 4 or 5.
4.
Are
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
It's like
Mm.
it's disappointing.
I don't know if you know about it, Mark, but it was basically a new film where, you know, anthology horror is popular, so they decided, why don't we do one where all the directors are women, and that's the whole selling point. And I forget who was in it that made me discover it. There was a director.
Benjamin. He was in Southbound. She did the
Oh, yeah.
all the girls, and hers was like okay, but really kind of not.
Wait,
amazing.
what did she do in Southbound?
She did the one of all the girls in the van, and they go to like that weird house.
Oh, okay. You know what's funny? I think my favorite segment is from that is also David Bruckner again.
Oh, the autopsy one or whatever.
Yeah. Mark hasn't seen it yet, so don't spoil anything.
Oh, sorry,
well,
yeah.
I mean, also
I actually don't think I'm gonna see it. So
What? Why not?
Why would I?
I think it's gonna go on my guilty pleasures of 2015.
Oh, which movie is it?
It's called Southbound. It's an anthology horror film. I really enjoyed it, despite it not being like perfect.
All directed women.
No. We're talking. Yeah. There was one of the directors from Southbound was also in the XX, and I don't know why they called it that. Is that just 2 X chromosomes or something?
Yeah, that's the reason why.
That's so weird. I know. I'm sorry.
The funniest thing about it is like an anthology movie's horrible when like the through line skit that connects it all together is the best thing in it. It's like
that's kind of funny.
Oh.
I'll still see it because like I don't know. I say that and I think part of the appeal of something like anthology horror films is that it feels kind of low risk in a sense, because if you hate one, then it's like, okay, it's over. But
it's ogre.
As much as, sometimes it's even more painful when all of them are really bad, like ABCs of Death 2. Like that was an extremely painful film. I would not recommend it to anybody.
It wasn't as good as the first one, that's for sure. There was I think there were a couple of good ones in ABCs too. But if
anybody wants to cringe the hardest they've ever cringed in their lives, watch the ABCs of Death 2 segment called P is for scary. And I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure you can actually find it on YouTube. It's like P-scary. I'm pretty sure you can find it on YouTube because I have watched it on YouTube.
Title. I like that.
It's so cringy, and they think they're being funny. Oh.
So that is the second segment in XX, directed by St. Vincent, the artist, and it is one of the most painful things I've seen in a while.
Oh yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Is this the? Sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask Adam, have you seen Neil Breen's new film Pass Through?
Yes, I've seen it twice.
Shit!
But I mean, a review might happen. And I did record some similar party audio.
Did he fix his store yet?
Did he what?
Did he fix the store? Remember in your review it said like you had to go through a whole rigmarole.
No, he didn't fix this
right now.
It's the only reason I haven't bought it yet because I'm afraid of like getting the order wrong.
It's right now. It's easy to buy pass through, but it's not. It's a needlessly complicated process to buy every other film. So it's
also Pass Through is $30.
I think it's like passthrough.biz or something. It's worth. Well, I've seen it twice, so I'm planning on seeing it.
Yeah, well,
I would say it's worth the $30. Quite honestly.
I had all my friends over. It was great.
It's got replay value.
Oh, it does. I actually, I had some fun with the footage too. You get all the footage from the movie too, so you can have some fun.
Breen would be excellent at creating a video game.
I just bought that Who Killed Captain Adam movie for like $15. It's $30 is pretty steep.
Oh yeah, well it's Neil Breen. He's very narcissistic.
But I mean,
no, it's such a new film too. Maybe the price might drop eventually.
If this means we get to fund more of his films.
Absolutely.
Oh man,
good point.
Did you see him on Twitter? He was asking for funding.
I like how we didn't start a
That
Kickstarter.
extra money for all the.
Because I mean, like, wait a minute. I think one of the videos that I used at the very beginning of my Fateful Findings review was like a Kickstarter or like an Indiegogo or something for pass through.
I remember.
If I remember correctly, because he was like, "It is not a midnight movie. It's a legitimate." Sci-fi science fiction feature film, and I'm pretty sure that was taken from like an Indiegogo campaign video. So maybe because it was so unsuccessful, like he never got, like he made like $10 off of that or something. Maybe crowdfunding he's just turned off of now. But I mean, I don't know. He should try again. Now he's got audience.
Yeah.
You know?
Like that line
it's
where like
also
it's not a midnight movie kind of reminds me of the line from that guy who directed Frozen saying she's just a naturally pretty girl. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck does that mean?
Oh yes, I was right. Here's the link.
What was that
Indiegogo.
response to? What
You
was the
have,
context of that line?
Just
That
defending.
she's just
how good
naturally
of
a pretty girl line.
Yeah, like, she's such a good actress. She's just naturally a pretty girl. Like that's what he said. It makes no fucking sense.
Well, it wasn't. So
Jesus.
there were in my review there were cuts that were made, obviously, and I did throw in the she's just naturally a pretty girl. So he didn't say it in that order, but I was pointing fun at the fact that he said it, and I did find it for it to work, just comedically pacing wise.
Yeah.
Even though he said she's just naturally a pretty girl. So there's 2 cuts. So there's 3 chunks, and I basically switched the number 2 and 3 just so it would end in a
saying the most stupid shit.
But I didn't really I didn't really make it seem like he said something he didn't. I'm hoping, but I was poking fun at like you're talking about this actress, and like why does it matter if she's just naturally a pretty girl when you're talking about what you decided to cast her for? Like when you're talking
what
about
does that even mean in the first place?
That was literally the whole segment of the featurette was talking about how she was the first person to audition for Frozen, and she got in. She's so pretty. Like it really just shows where your priorities are if you're even saying that in your.
One other thing, when you saw that there was a maturity warning on that DeviantArt page, were you a little concerned at first? Like,
I've seen everything.
Like it was going to be like you and Mark kissing or something.
I haven't seen that yet, which is crazy. No, everybody's constantly trying.
Oh, there's something like that.
I don't even know.
It exists?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Well, now that we're talking about it on a live stream, it will exist very shortly.
But like people are constantly like, "Ooh, I want me some Adam X Merc," and I've never seen like the fan fiction or the image to back it up. Write me in. It's my chance. I want something to prove to my parents I've really made it.
Mom, Dad, check it out.
Mom, Dad, I had this frame for you. I want it over the mantelpiece.
Guys, do with the Patreon money?
Going back a little bit, you said you were surprised that the pass-through is $30, but if you go to Tommy Wiseau's site, if you want to get The Room on Blu-ray, it's still $33.
What?
They're all well worth the price.
This is true.
Absolutely.
Or you can spend $10 and talk to YMS. Wow.
Luke, by the way, Lucas, your mic is being a little weird. We can still understand what you're saying, but it's like
It was the same thing
very
as last time. It's only with Google Hangouts. I have no
weird.
idea how to
Okay.
fix it.
Well, if it's unfixable, that's fine.
I'll fix with stuff.
It's audible. We can understand you at least.
Adam, do you have a
You
favorite?
sound like a robot, though.
Someone's asking me a
Pass-Through?
question.
Favorite part from
Favorite
Pass-Through?
part to what? For pass-through?
From Pass-Through, yeah.
I think probably where he spins around in the desert.
Yes,
for
and
like, for like 3 hours.
and then the music stops, and then it pans back, and the music comes back in.
It's difficult. Like, I don't know. I love it while I'm watching it, and afterwards it's like I almost forget. Which, like, the whole experience is so much more than that. But then when someone made a GIF of it, like a never-ending GIF of Neil Breen spinning in the desert, I was like,
That was me. I made
really?
Breen spin.
Oh, nice.
Holy shit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your service.
In your work.
There was. I really like the part where he says, "I'm gonna wipe out all people like you." He says that to the black lady, and then it cuts to a different black lady. She's all surprised and scared.
I like when he says he's eliminated all like immoral and kind of bad people from the universe, and then like a minute later, the girl's like ex-boyfriend is like, "Oh, I'm still gonna go after you," and like tries to beat her up. It's like, I thought you eliminated all the bad people, and he like.
Yeah. I like that all the bad people were wearing the same exact shirts.
Yeah.
The big scene with all the corpses, everyone's wearing the same clothes.
He got a discount on like a bundle of them.
He only had beef with like 6 people, and then cloned them to serve as a message for the rest of humanity.
Yeah.
He cloned their dead bodies. Because he can do that, I bet, according to the rules of his universe.
Space Jesus or something.
We're all living in his universe.
Yeah.
I think he
Breen
is
can do
Space
that in real
Jesus.
life.
Neil Breen just allows us all to exist in his world.
Thank God that he's a benevolent God and he doesn't want us to die all miserably.
Yeah, thank Breen.
He
You
kinda-
mean.
he
Not that one guy.
The
He wanted
real
to die
human
6
being.
times.
He kind of wrote himself into a fucking corner when he kills every bad person in the world, and he goes, "Oh shit, how's this movie gonna end?" It's like, oh, and drunk ex-boyfriend comes out with a gun. They're like, "Oops, I forgot him," even though I'm a.
Bad. He wasn't bad before. Now he is.
He kills all the bad people at the 30-minute mark, and the rest of the movie's kind of just like explaining that he's a supreme brain, and then he, I don't know, guess he has sex with a girl, and then drunk ex-girlfriend got him.
He allegedly had sex with a
Boyfriend.
girl.
So I want to start a bit of a bet over here. So what's going to be the first newspaper to call Adam a Nazi?
Huffington Post calling it.
Oh yeah, for the in Neil Breen, you made a Nazi joke. The girl's waving.
I was about to say that. Yeah, I've definitely made Nazi jokes.
Are you a Nazi, Adam?
Do we? Should I link to one of your videos, Mark?
Oh yes, please.
A scale of 1.
Adam's a Nazi, confirmed.
I can't wait for the Washington Journal to contact Adam and be like, "Are you okay with harboring a Nazi?"
Yeah, I
in
think
your home?"
I think it's more likely that
Don't come after me, 'cause
I'll be
it's
under
my
fire
weapons.
for employing a Nazi. I think that's where it's going.
Playing video games with you? Oh my God, are you aware?
It's equal rights.
on this one?
Nazis need jobs too.
I literally have a video called "Happy Birthday Hitler," which which YouTube took down, so I remade the HD footage.
Censoring you, man.
Yeah, where is it?
Yeah,
Where's that?
why would they have a problem with that?
I can't imagine.
There it is, HD remake.
Yeah, the HD.
I like how you call it a remake and not like a.
Remaster.
Remaster.
Redux.
Reimagining.
No, I guess we need a remaster.
It's not
Soft
a
reboot.
remake. Okay, so here
Reboot.
I'll link this.
I should reboot it. I should film it
Everybody.
nowadays. If you want to see 2000, shit, what year was that? It's like 2009. Mark, dressed as a Hitler Nazi, specifically a Hitler Nazi.
The mustache and everything. Good.
Yes.
Isn't that a bit of an oxymoron? Hitler Nazi?
Happy birthday, Hitler HD.
I don't think that's an oxymoron, but I would call it a
Redundancy?
redundancy.
Oh,
An oxymoron is like a
Jumbo shrimp.
Two words that do
Yeah,
not work together.
like peace
It's-
officer.
Yeah.
Bazinga!
Military
Wait,
intelligence.
why is
Ooh,
that?
Ooh,
topical,
that's
like
more
Obama.
and I failed.
Why did you put the camera inside of a tin can for this video?
Oh, it's got the fisheye bubble lens. That, like, was famous at the time for like Jackass videos, and that's the only camera. That's like literally the first like HD DV kind of conversion camera that you could get on the market at the time. My friend had it. I broke my own personal camera, so I borrowed his, and he used it for like skate videos, and that's why the entire video looks like it was a skate video from 2009.
If we, you could just re-edit this, just have this play out with like no audio and trim it down, and then add the song like "Kick Me When I'm High" by Sum 41 to it, and then upload it as like some sick skate video.
Yeah. And I'm in today, and I
That's
tried
not it.
to keep on. That's a different song.
It's a different song. One thing, just a quick interruption. Somebody asked in the comments on the YouTube live stream if these get re-uploaded to YouTube. Technically not re-uploaded because YouTube saves a copy, but they get published afterwards. But you just gotta wait like however long for it to process. For whatever reason, directly after the stream, it'll be like a 2-hour long video, even though it's usually over 2 hours. But then once it processes, then you'll get the full 2.5 to 3 hours or whatever, however long we go for. YouTube doesn't like videos that are over 2 hours long. And you know what sucks is it used to be the case where the video editor and like so you know you can go into your manager and you can make like enhancements to the videos or like trim or like put 2 videos together or something like that. There's like a YouTube editor basically, and it used to be the case where no video you upload that was like over 2 hours would be able to do it. Like you wouldn't be able to use the editor. Plus, if let's say you were trying to stitch 2 videos together, if the combination of that was over 2 hours, it literally just wouldn't let you do it. Now, as of maybe like 3 months ago or 4 months ago or something, they changed it to 1 hour, which kind of sucks. It's like they downgraded their service.
That's weird.
Yeah. I used that because that's how I would stitch together on the full playthrough channel, the plays through channel. Because, you know, I'd have my video converting software, and I'd cut out the parts where I like go for a piss break or whatever, and then I'd just upload them all to YouTube and then stitch them together. And now it's like if I do it that way, then the video cannot be over an hour.
Oh.
So I've been basically with some of them, basically running them through my conversion software like twice.
Yeah, they did it for your convenience.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. Some people
taking away more features for you.
I think probably most people didn't use that shit, so that's probably why they did it. But I don't know. I used it. It was handy.
Yeah.
I had a question. Did you get a chance to see the Oscar-nominated shorts this year?
You know what? No, because I never. Well, are they like available?
I saw them in. There's a few local theaters that showed
Yeah.
them. So
I think if I really looked hard and tried to watch it, I'm pretty sure I saw an ad for like a local theater showing of the shorts or something. So I don't think it would have been impossible. But I'm usually, I don't know. I've been kind of like behind schedule this month. So I didn't really want to fit that in. I did wind up watching all of the films that were. I think I've seen all of the best lead actor category films, which right away is a lot of the best picture nominees. But I haven't seen all the best picture nominees, and I don't know if I'm going to have time to watch the best lead actress films before Sunday, because that's the Oscars are tomorrow. Fuck, that's tomorrow. Jesus.
Oh, serious?
Yep.
Yeah, the
I
Oscars are
don't pay
tomorrow.
attention to anything.
Which, by the way, Mark and I will be streaming our commentary to the Oscars on our Twitch channel. So Adam Plays Twitch channel.
It's like a 30 to 1 minute delay.
It's about like 20-second delay. But I mean, like,
Who knows? Thanks, Twitch.
you're using Elgato.
What?
You're using Elgato, and that's 2.0 USB. I'm using 3.0 AverMedia, so
No.
mine's faster.
No.
Anyway.
Sorry.
But so anyway, we obviously will not be streaming the Oscars themselves.
The actual event.
Not the audio, not the video, nothing. Just our commentary, and we will find a very passive game to put on while we're watching / playing. Last time I during the Golden Globes, I was playing Super Meat Boy, and so I was kind of just like looking back and forth. But all I really needed to do was hear it. Honestly, you don't really need to see the Oscars.
what's your pick for Best Actor?
Best?
Since you've seen all of them.
Okay, let's see. I just want to actually. I think I have them on my phone.
Can I answer a question just really
Yes,
quick?
answer.
Okay. Not the first comment asked. When's the something about the next Pokemon episode? I can just give you all that information right now. The Pokemon episode's already filmed. We film 3.
Film.
What?
I would say
Film.
Go on, sorry.
Well, we recorded our audio, whatever.
It's recorded.
Yeah, it's so we record like 3 episodes per, and so we have episode 12 is what's next. It's the Squirrel Squad episode, and I'm literally editing it right now, and I'm trying to get it out by the month's end.
Squirtle Squad.
The Squirrel Squad.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, so expect that pretty soon, hopefully. I'm working on it right now. I'm trying to get some of part 3, which is supposed to come out tomorrow. And yeah.
I like filmed. I like picturing you guys got the lighting up and you got like put on makeup and everything.
What we do is we rent some like high-end like a red camera and we get like some nice like cinema glass. We film the entire thing and then we throw it all in the trash. Because it's like we realize every time we record, it's like this is. We try to sneak in a webcam, like a face camera, like sort of reaction thing. It just turns out that like Adam's a terrible actor, so we throw it in the trash every single time. And I look way too fat and chubby on film too, so I don't.
Oh, you gonna take that, Adam?
I was gonna take that.
It's not the first time I've been asked that.
Oh, I'm an exceptional actor, but I look like a fucking blob on film. So.
Oh, now he's humble bragging.
Humble bragging.
I look like a blob. It's totally a humble brag.
I look like what's his name, Citizen Kane, but like when he started doing champagne commercials.
Orson Welles.
Yeah. I'm just
I look like Citizen Kane. You're like a mix between Orson Welles and Jonah Hill.
That's fine.
And Russell Crowe.
Yeah. Russell Crowe, though.
You've not named anybody exceptionally handsome.
I think if Russell Crowe and Philip Seymour Hoffman had a kid.
Yeah. So best actor.
Adam Johnson.
I think. So so right now nominations are Casey Affleck for Manchester by the Sea, Andrew Garfield for Hacksaw Ridge, Ryan Gosling for La La Land, Viggo Mortensen Captain Fantastic, Denzel Washington Fences.
Ryan Gosling, really?
Sorry?
Ryan Gosling? Really?
Well, he's in the Oscar movie right now. Like
the Oscar movie.
The
Artist Part 2.
The Oscar movie.
La La Land?
Yeah. So I'm not surprised. And honestly, you know what? If the Academy is considering, the overall performance as, the regiment of having to memorize all those dance moves and also he learned piano he learned the parts for piano flawlessly for the parts that he played, and they didn't use like hand doubles or anything.
DiCaprio last year for like staying outside in the cold, and this guy had to learn like piano and dancing. I would say,
it's not acting though.
Well, I mean, it's part of the it's part of what the performance requires. So you could also say like, by that logic, you could also
what
say,
were you doing?
I was giving you a high five. By that logic, then could you also say that Charlize Theron didn't deserve her performance for Monster as much because they considered the weight gain? Like, it's like, oh, that's not a part of the performance, but it is. Like that. I would say what you have to, what you put yourself through to achieve the end result of the role is a part of the performance. Dancing is definitely part of performance. It's the word is, well, actually, I guess it says best actor. So really, theoretically, it doesn't even say performance. So
just judging by the acting, then. Like
it says actor, not acting. So you could literally just be saying like, these are all actors. Who do I think is the best person?
None of them were in the film this year, but
I believe it might be all actors, James, and we'll go through with the category now.
Adam,
who has the best butt?
Jonah Hill.
Wait, someone said the word Adam as though they were going to ask me a question, so I'm just going to. Who said that?
This is off topic from the Oscars, but did you see Sully this year? 2016.
No, but it is nominated for one Oscar. I did not see that yet. I'll watch it at some point.
It's aggressively mediocre.
That's what I expect.
It got all these nominations because the main actor.
One nomination.
Good. Right? Well, no, not nominations. I meant like it got all this high praise because the main actor did a good job, but he doesn't. There's nothing that happens in it though, because from the offset, it tells you that no one dies. So in these suspenseful scenes, like planes crashing and shit like that, is like, I can't care. No one.
That's kind of funny.
Why not just watch Flight?
Yeah,
that was a better movie, I think.
Sully was terrible. It was so bad.
And there are a lot of unintentionally funny scenes in it too, just horrible small talk that people would never have.
Oh yeah, it's the movie's just
yeah.
so walking around New York looking sad.
What happened this year? Like the economy crashed and just like that was really bad.
Does Mark have a Twitter? It's at Mark D. Oh wait, sorry, Merk. So MERKD English. All one word.
What started that spelling? Merk.
Merk.
Well,
misspelling.
because Adam Plays is like the channel is the entire channel name is just intentional misspelling, and so then it's like, okay, if I'm gonna brand the Adam and Mark commentaries on my main channel as something that's closely associated with the gaming channel, because in essence it's the same kind of thing.
Thank you.
Then I would. It makes sense to, if you're gonna misspell one name, you misspell the other. But then it's like Mark. What else do you use? I don't know. E seemed like the closest thing. Mark.
Yeah.
Mark. So
it's basically to separate the brands.
Sorry.
So it's basically to separate the brands, like from your.
Well,
main...
I wouldn't say separate. I would say to what. So So when I started my gaming channel and I was trying to think of a name, I was like, well, Adam. Yeah, Adam's like one of the most common names. I didn't want to just create some fucking. I'm really bad when it comes to like creating, representative names of things. Like, I didn't want to make it like some fucking fur bait like horse game thing. And so easily right off the bat, like, I don't know, I just felt like I could misspell Adam, and then I could misspell the word plays, and then I have a title, and it adds this sort of like, lighthearted, fun, goofy, playfulness to, what it is. It kind of gives off the tone in the title alone, if you understand what it is. There's some people who, surprising amount of people who don't immediately notice that it's an intentional misspelling, and they think there's people who have thought that my last name is actually Plays.
I've seen a lot of those comments on your videos.
Hi, Mr. Plays.
Well, I know, because people that it sounds the same, but I guess people don't think about it, and also don't really. I mean, it's a gaming channel, so I would assume that it would. Anyway,
best actor, Adam.
Yeah, I was literally about to get to that. I was kind of
interrupting.
Yeah, we did.
I used to think Merk and Mark English were different persons.
Okay. So I think that the likely winners would be Casey Affleck for Manchester by the Sea, which I would not be disappointed about.
Yeah, you did a good job.
And the other likely actor for winning would be Ryan Gosling from La La Land, which also I wouldn't be unhappy about. Viggo Mortensen for Captain Fantastic. I didn't like Captain Fantastic, but he did a great job in it. Denzel Washington. Fences was all right, but he did a great job in it. Andrew Garfield for Hacksaw Ridge. Not only was the movie bullshit, but he did a better performance in Silence.
Yeah.
So I would be a little like it's. I'm kind of Hacksaw Ridge was dumb as shit.
I thought he was
Ridge
hilarious in
awful.
his performance. There were some really funny.
There were a lot of funny moments in that movie.
The first half alone is just it's incredibly.
I love when they put Hugo Weaving in slow motion. I'm gonna beat you, and this is nominated for best editing. There was an editing choice to put him in slow motion and completely not understand.
What are you doing, Mark?
Sorry, I'm just saying it's like really bad.
And completely not understand how comical that could be perceived.
Well, they know how to use the slow-mo tool in Premiere.
There was no reason for that to be in slow motion, and it's nominated for best editing. So what else did it? What was the good editing in that film? What was well done about editing? Like, I've made tweets about that shit before, but I seriously think the Academy has no fucking clue.
You know how you can fix that scene too? Is you can have in slow motion, you can still have him reading his line, but somebody in the editing room goes, "Oh wow, this is not good." And what you do is you have that underwater drowned out sound effect, like when your like ears are damaged.
Yeah.
Like in it's just like
that
like at the beginning of Saving Private Ryan when Tom Danks suddenly has like
pranks
has a World War I flashback and goes and like can't hear anything. It's like that should have been used right then and there, but they kept full volume, full audio. It's like
when he hit his brother in the face with a brick, I laughed out loud.
God,
that was so funny. That was pretty similar to like the beginning of Frozen when she like snipes her sister in the face.
Yeah, is that the Mel Gibson movie?
It was a snipe.
Somebody,
Hacksaw Ridge is the Mel Gibson.
Somebody
movie.
should. If somebody doesn't do this, I will, and it'll take a lot of time. But somebody should Photoshop Elsa as May, and she has the gun, and she fucking.
No, someone's already done that.
Shit! Shit! That would be perfect. It has the hit marker and everything. Like,
yeah, it was there, and then it said eliminated Elsa too.
I wanted
whatever.
Damn it!
A video of Let It Go, but every time it's go, it's that guy from Juniper Ascending going go. Go! Let it go!
Yes. Screaming, that's good.
I'm not sure if anyone's done that yet.
Go on YouTube and search Redmayne Ascending. There's a really good video. It has a really good ending too. I love that video.
So overall, your pick for best actor would be Casey Affleck?
Well, I probably
sure.
This is one of few years where I don't have like an extremely strong opinion on like the winner. I guess I feel honestly, yeah. You know what? I don't know if I ever really have a strong opinion on the winner. I know with Birdman, it should have gone to Michael Keaton. Like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty obvious for me. But
who won that year again?
Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne.
Oh,
the fucking Eddie Redmayne.
From what?
He was actually good in that movie.
Theory of everything.
Performance of the year was
Jupiter Ascending.
by far none.
He did it. He got it for like
the theory of everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, like it's just one of those things where like sometimes actors get awards when really the casting agent should have got the award. When it's like it was like they're great actors, but the overall illusion of creating this biographical person that has a lot to do with the casting too. And I feel like a lot of films where actors will get nominated and often win for biographical picks. A lot of those would have more to do with the casting director than the actors themselves. Because there's fantastic actors that would not seem like that character just based on like their looks and their already existing presence.
And the award for best marketing horror goes to
me,
Eddie Redmayne.
Adam, what is the greatest Oscar tragedy in your eyes? Like a win that should not have happened.
Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah, that bird. Michael Keaton losing to Eddie Redmayne is up there.
Crash.
Lucas Hedges.
Oh yeah, Crash. I'm with Crash. Yeah, that was bullshit.
Yeah,
I think that's a
supporting actor.
A fan favorite for Oscar tragedies.
Yeah, but I mean, it was so bad. I got shown that movie in my film class, and I'm like, this one Best Picture is terrible.
There was something else up for Best
So
Picture
did
that year.
Like
was really good.
Spotlight over The Revenant.
It was 2004, right?
Oh
They
yeah,
had some great
it's not a
films in it.
crime against humanity. They won.
Yeah,
I was disappointed that Spotlight won.
Yes,
I was disappointed, but in a way I was happy because Room didn't win.
Yes.
So there was one movie that year that I would have been more upset with winning. So even though Spotlight was a huge surprise, I was like I didn't expect that. I didn't expect it to win Best fucking Picture. Like what the. That was weird. But yeah, The Revenant probably deserved it. And honestly, I don't remember what else was nominated, but I'm pretty sure I remember other things being nominated that I would have rather had.
I would have rather liked seeing instead of The Revenant. I think The Revenant is a better movie. I think I would have preferred to see Fury Road win that year.
Well,
That would have been
Fury Road
amazing.
won everything that year.
I've got an answer for Oscar tragedies that I just remembered from that exact same year. It was when Woody and Buzz announced that Pixar won
my god!
for Best Animated Feature over Anomalisa, which
that.
on its own, I had obviously that's okay because Disney owns ABC, which hosts the Oscars. It's basically just the Disney Award every single fucking year. We know that the Academy doesn't actually watch the animated films that
they're not even nominated.
We already know that. That's been documented. And so the fact that Anomalisa lost to Inside Out was something that I already knew was going to happen, and I was well prepared for it, and I was okay with it.
You weren't prepared.
And then they had Pixar announce the winner of themselves. They had it was basically just their way of showing you had no chance. It was basically just Disney saying this. Yeah, we know who was gonna win. We animated this 3 years ago.
I guarantee you, either Zootopia or Moana is gonna win this year. And
I hope it's Zootopia, even though I haven't seen Moana.
I think it should be Kubo. Honestly, I really like.
Was Zootopia nominated?
You know what? I think I think is gonna happen though. I think Kubo is gonna win for best visual effects.
I just want
that might happen.
That would be the great redeeming.
I think that's what it deserves because I really didn't like the.
Yeah, the visuals were really impressive though.
It's the technique behind also that's amazing. If it goes to some Disney crap like
The Jungle Book,
Doctor Strange, I'd flip.
Are you guys excited for the Jungle Book 2018?
No.
Wait, there's
isn't it
another
the Andy
Jungle Book?
Serkis one?
It's
animated at least?
No.
Didn't they just make a
Yeah, didn't they just make one?
Well, so here's the deal: is Disney doesn't actually own the rights to The Jungle Book is a story. It's actually what is it called? Public domain, I believe. And so Warner Brothers was making a Jungle Book movie also.
Oh my god.
To wait until after the Disney one and not compete with it. But I wish they didn't. I wish there were two competing Jungle Book movies.
Yeah, that would
been how great that would be. That'd be so good. I would watch both of them.
Hey, you want to go see the Jungle Book? Yeah, which one?
One for the Jungle Book, please. Which one?
Fucking Jeremy Johns announces his top 10 and his number 2 spots are both the Jungle Book. That'd be so good.
The thing about the new one is that Andy Serkis is directing though, right?
You like Jeremy Johns?
Yeah.
Which,
oh shoot!
I don't know.
Yes.
I think it's for the first movie is directed. I'm interested in seeing what he's gonna do with it.
How was Christopher Walken in that Jungle Book movie? Because that sounds hilarious.
There was a really weird out of uncalled for musical number in it that he was that was entertaining but weird.
I would love to.
I haven't seen.
I want to walk like you. Walk like you.
I still haven't seen the John Favreau. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Favreau.
Yeah, I still haven't seen his Jungle Book.
It's not worth.
Have you seen his?
But I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it no matter what you say about it.
By the way, I do have something that I want to point out, Adam, from the Arrival review, in that nobody can pronounce the director's name properly. So here you're speaking with a French Canadian. You want to know how you actually?
Oh, have I been pronouncing it wrong?
Villeneuve.
Yeah, I will actually teach you.
Dennis Villeneuve.
I will teach you how to pronounce his name. So in French, the name Dennis is Denis.
Denis.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Danny.
Yeah, he's been saying that.
Okay, so pronounce his last name, then.
Villeneuve.
You're pretty okay, actually. Maybe I'm.
This is what I said in the review. I don't know why you're correcting me.
I'm
Canadian.
sorry, I mixed up with someone else who I was listening to. It was
here. I'll
butchering it completely.
Okay, good. I was worried I had it wrong, but I was pretty sure that I had it right. I was pretty sure that I had it right this whole time. So let's. I'm gonna share a link to.
He's muted himself.
Who muted?
No, I don't think you did.
I'm not muted. Okay.
No. You just sort of moved your mouth and nothing was
It
coming
just
out.
felt like giving you a heart attack.
Oh my god! I can't believe I can't find his specific video by typing into YouTube. I think I'm gonna have to.
Action Jackson.
Yeah, I'm trying to find Lights Camera Jackson's Arrival review. Maybe actually, if I just
I think it's on his
scroll down
page.
that
It's on his like website.
Well, no, I know he has one on his YouTube because I watched it. Maybe I should type in the exact title. LCJ Reviews Arrival is what I think it's called.
All right.
I like Merck's Lustful
If anybody knows how to pronounce his the director's name is Lights Camera Jackson. I need to find this right now. I'm just gonna scroll down a bit. I will find it. I couldn't find it through YouTube search. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I found it on his channel. There we go. Just gonna watch the first couple of seconds.
Please mute it. Please.
No, I need
stop
to.
it.
He says it right at the beginning. Here, I'm just.
Oh no! Stop. Turn them off.
Wait for it.
Ready?
Dennis Villanueva, and he says it like with such confidence. Not once does he like give any inkling of like, oh, I might not be pronouncing this right. He has confidence. He has confidence when he says it.
I remember.
Snappy Doo.
I remember.
Release Nirvana.
You remember what?
So Adam, I remember who was butchering it from who I watched. I'm sorry, it wasn't you. It was Ralph, the movie maker.
Okay.
Oh, Ralph? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
He's a dumb retard anyway, so who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I can say it. I'm giving him money on Patreon. So.
Okay. All right.
I only recently got into Ralph Movie Maker.
You know, it's really weird.
He's funny. I like him.
It's like the fact that the webcam is like reversed. It almost looks like with your shirt like this. It almost it looks like no. Because like we're seeing a reverse image and it looks like it says fag.
I said gay this whole time, honestly.
Yeah. Fag.
Something you want to tell us?
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do, Gap? What are you trying to say, Gap? This is actually my Gape shirt.
Please letter E.
Yeah, letter E. It's either that or it's gonna change
In
the
blood.
to a Y and just say gay. That'll make it look like fag the entire time. There we go.
I don't know if everybody else has a reversed image though. I think it's just us.
No, it's regular for
It
us.
says gas.
Shit.
You can reverse it in post.
Gape.
So you said you haven't seen all of the Best Picture nominees. Which ones are you missing?
Okay, let's see.
Hidden Figures.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well, no, I was just rushing to see that one. No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, and my friend who I trust in taste said that it was
okay,
and that's it, and nothing more. And
Honestly,
that's pretty much exactly what I expected.
Ever.
I would call a lukewarm Oscar nomination. It's like,
It's definitely an Oscar bait film.
But Adam, it has Brzinga in it. It has the Brzinga.
Oh yeah.
In that case, the movie's a 10 out of 10, dude.
Yeah.
That's what's really. That's why it got nominated for Best Picture.
Have you seen Lion?
Zinga, ironically.
No, I have not see Lion. So the only ones I haven't seen are Lion and Hidden Figures. I've seen Arrival, Fences, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, La La Land, Manchester by the Sea, and Moonlight. And I actually really liked Hell or High Water.
Someone in this group actually seen Lion because I didn't look like anything.
It wasn't. It was very mediocre.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
have you
the
seen
ones that I didn't see
sorry.
were ones that I didn't rush to see, obviously. So,
have you seen Give Us Money, the movie? I mean, Sing.
No. But my roommate went and saw it. I don't know if I asked him about it.
Wants to fucking see Sing.
Is that the new animation movie?
Yeah, We Don't Try Anymore. Animation studio.
Anymore.
Anymore, right?
I remember the articles accusing it of racism.
Oh my
There were a bunch of like really urban primates or something.
Oh shit! I didn't even think of that.
Everything's racist.
Was it Wall Street Journal?
Did they rap? I don't know.
Do they rap?
No, I'm saying
that'd be pretty bad.
It's a singing movie. They made a bunch of like urban primate characters, and everybody was like, "Wow, that's racist."
I don't jump on the racism bandwagon.
I haven't actually seen it.
If you accuse that, it makes you sound racist. It's
I haven't seen it. I'm just saying what other people say.
Black people with apes, like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly. You're the racist.
that's
one.
racist. It's
If
like,
that's
no,
where your
you're
brain goes.
That's racist.
You have to point it out to other people. I don't think it's got any like undertones to it. Or, like, what the fuck?
I don't see
It's about as subtle as a brick to the face.
Guys, I'm colorblind. But I'm gonna get these new glasses in the mail that will let me see colors, and I'll see a sunset for the first time. Check out my Patreon. To help me buy these special glasses.
I don't see color, but I know the difference between light and dark.
Right. It's a scam.
There's a clip for Wall Street Journal.
Oh man.
Nazi.
Oh man.
Blue, now I see blue.
Oh wait, no. Here's a clip. I'm Adam Johnson, and I identify as a Nazi kin. This is Mark English. He has raped, and he will rape again.
I will rape. You cannot stop me, Wall Street Journal.
It saw something amazing that said like, "Oh, we don't need your." They were replying to you, Adam, and they said, "Oh, we don't need your like poorly edited, poorly researched crap or something like that." I'm like, poorly researched? He asked like 5 scientists about breathing in your breath in the fucking cold.
Who said that about what though?
Because you were it was someone getting mad about the PewDiePie thing, and you were like defending PewDiePie.
Wow. Always, if there's any advice that I would like people that respect my opinion to follow, it's to always be skeptical, including claims that I make. Because if I'm stupid about something, I would rather somebody,
correct.
Well, I would rather come out of it with the correct information by the end than.
It's better for everybody.
Like the Godzilla review.
Yeah.
The Hawaii thing.
That was dumb.
What, you think wolves don't attack people? What are you, stupid?
I like how the director contradicted himself in the same fucking commentary. It's like, oh, these stupid idiots, these critics are like, wolves don't attack people, like 30 minutes later. Yeah, but the thing is like, wolves don't even attack people.
It's short-term memory loss.
Yeah, I don't think he's able to keep track of like
his
what
lies?
he's said.
Did you ask a wolf for comment, Adam?
Did I?
What would be great is just like, well, wolves don't usually attack people, but under cold weather when it's minus 40.
This is a very specific breed that is native to that particular ski resort.
That made him sound like David Kadje.
It's like the next Jurassic Park. It's been genetically altered.
This wolf's more aggressive.
It's got surprised what you get wolves to do when you pump them full of adrenaline.
And actually, this wolf cannot actually see. It only reacts to human breath.
It's like the fucking
like
the wolf from the thing. It's the wolf from the thing.
You know, it's what's so fucking like stupid about it is like there's no way that I would ever want to dedicate like 7 minutes of a review to talking about not being able to see the character's breath. But the director
went on.
Like he begged for that kind of attention, you know? He's like he was so insistent and so like what's the word?
Adamant.
Arrogant
about it? Yeah, I guess adamant.
Yeah.
We're both named Adam, so
Adamant.
He was really adamant about it.
There you go.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. The bullshit science was a little too far. And the fact that like before I had published that video and before I had actually done the research, there were other people that were quoting him and saying like, no, yeah, that's how it works as a response, because I was trying to fact check this shit on my subreddit before. And there were other people that I had private messages with on Twitter that were like, oh no, but this is what he said, so it must be true. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna investigate. Sorry, what did someone say? Somebody said
I'm just saying, right now I'm living in LA, and I actually knew a woman, and she was like, oh yeah, right now I'm roommates with an actress. I was like, who? And she's like, oh, her name's Emma Bell. I don't know if you know her. She was in Final Destination 5. And I was like holding in my laughter because I knew. And I was like, oh, that's good. She's like, yeah, she's not the smartest person, but she tried.
Well, she has someone working with her. You know, she tries.
It's hilarious.
Gives her something to do to get out of the house.
Somebody asked me how digging in the marrow, I think it was called digging up the marrow, actually. Someone in the chat's asking me. That was Adam Green's, I think, film right after Frozen. People, you know, the only reason I watched it is because in between my part 1 and part 2, there were people that told me like, oh yeah, you have to see this because it just proves how like incredibly narcissistic and full of himself he is. And so I watched it, and yes, it does confirm that, but I didn't feel like it was necessary. I felt like it would, there wasn't any point in including that in my Frozen review. But yeah, wow, it was literally it's like a found footage starring himself and like his
wow,
and,
right
and
off
his
the bat.
his like producer friend. And so like literally the first like 15 minutes of the movie is him like just gloating about the films he's made and just pretending like he's a big deal and like, oh yeah, the directed Frozen and this other thing and like
Wait, so like he's playing himself?
He's playing himself.
God.
He's like and it's really, 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 really bad. And I think I gave it a 1. I think it was
You only watched the first 5
digging
minutes.
up the marrow. No, I watched the whole. I genuinely watched the whole thing, but it was really bad.
Who's the bigger narcissist, him or Neil Breen?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if I want to make that comparison.
Charming in his narcissism.
If you had to be trapped on an island with a narcissist, would it be Neil Breen or it'll be Neil Breen? The answer is always Breen.
Or would it be? Oh shoot, I'm forgetting his name. Cool kite guy. Cool kite guy. Come on,
Derek. Daddy. The daddiest of Derek.
I bought
off the island.
I actually bought Pika Petey's T-shirt recently. I sent him a picture of that.
Oh shit! I need a new one. Mine has a hole in it.
Well, why Pika Petey's?
Exact
Why
shirt right now.
Does it have
in a
a
nutshell?
hole in it?
I love those.
It's right. It's where
Oh yeah.
Cat's mouth is.
Yeah.
Oh!
That's yeah. Okay.
Is it?
It's a really big hole though.
I'm gonna have to unhinge my jaw for this one. Unhinge my jaw.
Take all of it, Adam.
Oh no, it's too hot.
When's Johnny Derek's next film?
Quick, punch me in the mouth.
Put it in your mouth. Just stuff it in your face.
Oh man, that's fun. Well, that's it for me, guys. See you. Have fun.
Adam, are you gonna?
I lived a good life. Sorry.
Funhouse videos.
Sorry, what?
Are you gonna be doing more videos with Funhouse?
Yeah, but it requires me to be in LA. So, I mean, next time I'm in LA for whatever reason, I'm sure they'll be down again.
That's how I found you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they're cool guys.
Speaking of Derek Savage, do you think that Adam Green, that director, you think he's going to sue you?
For what?
for I don't know. I don't know why Derek Savage.
It's not like it's not libel or defamation if it's true.
You might think it's defamation.
Did you get a reaction from him? Did he say anything after the review?
The only reaction that I know of is that when Part 1 was released, somebody on my subreddit tweeted it at him and got immediately blocked. That's the only reaction I know of. Don't bug him about it.
Don't poke the hornet nest.
I don't need a reaction, and I mean,
Michael Goy.
If somebody does get mad enough to react in a funny way, all that would do is just validate me, and I think he probably knows that. Because I mean, like, he made the film in 2010, and even on the DVD commentary for the film, when he's just talking about like different screenings that the film had, all he had to say about it was just the issues that other people had with it, and just trying his best to like come up with whatever mental gymnastics he could to make it so that their claims were illegitimate, even if that meant contradicting himself constantly. So, I mean, I think at this point he's probably just more comfortable not addressing it, because I mean, the film's like 7 years old now.
Yeah.
Do you think he really would bother making a Twitter storm or like a lawsuit even or something about a movie from back then when he's probably had these arguments already? Like, it doesn't really matter. And in the end,
Cool Cat Saves the Kid several years old, and he still went after.
Wow, that was like a year old. That was like within a year when it happened. Cool Cat Saves the Kids is a very recent film.
Oh, I thought it was older than that.
I don't know. It was from like February of 2014, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the first person to get his fucking DVD package.
Yes.
Like the full.
Probably.
I'm a part of the history of Cool Cat. I was the very first. I was the very first review. I was the very first purchaser of the Cool Cat movie and book package.
And you were the very first person to explain the copyright law to him.
Yes. I created the monster.
I managed to get a Cool Cat DVD before he took them off the eBay one, like the YMS.
Oh yeah, the YMS cut. I have a sealed version of that, including the soundtrack. There was a package available at one time that included both cuts and the soundtrack, and I have it sealed still, and I'm gonna hold on to it forever.
I only opened mine because I wanted to burn it to like my computer.
I bought 2 copies. So
I went to a third party so I could buy the movie and not give Derek any money.
Oh.
Well, fuck him. Derek's a jerk.
Yeah, but
if he apologized, I would have bought it from him. If he just apologized,
I completely understand that. I will continue purchasing his material in the hopes that it keeps him off the streets and doesn't wind up in some jihad against the bullies.
Doesn't start suing the general public.
Speaking of reactions,
it's like the ending to B movie. He sues humanity.
Spoilers.
Fucking B movie, a literally 10-year-old movie.
Posters on the wall. Oh my god! Just
Bruce Willis was a ghost. Oh, spoilers.
Speaking of reactions, did you ever get a reaction or ever speak to Neil Breen?
I spoke to Neil Breen before I had made my review.
Oh, Mark.
Movie blood.
The first interaction I had with Neil Breen was a message directly to his Facebook page because I had ordered 3 different films and had only received 2, and so my first communication with him was him fucking up the order.
He actually answers his Facebook messages. I went on there and I said, "I love your movie," and he says, "Thank you."
And then as I was making so this is before I had even released the Fateful Findings YMS. I knew that I was going to Vegas for just a little first time ever in Vegas vacation thing, and it worked out because I got that shot of me in front of the Vegas sign for the review. And so I knew that I would be there, and I knew that he lived there. And so I messaged him on Facebook saying, "Hey, I'd like to interview you for my channel." And I think, so, I tried to make it seem the least like I was going to make fun of him in a way. So I was like, here's some examples of other interviews I've done, and I like to like Charlie Kaufman and stuff. But he didn't respond, so I think he clued in. Although I would have loved to have interviewed him. I think he was concerned that my channel would paint his film as a midnight movie.
Again, whatever the fuck that means.
It means like the kind of movie you and your friends could sit around and laugh at.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it to be considered that. Really, the reason he didn't want to do an interview with you is that he was afraid that if you stood in his presence that you would explode because he is God, and to gaze upon him would melt your brain and destroy reality.
I think I just fade. I think I would cross dissolve.
He does that in every movie.
That's why it's a part of the drinking game. The fade effect is real.
It was in Pass Through too, and like I remember
it was in all of his movies a lot. He knows how to do it.
The reaction was, "You're a weird dude," not like "What the fuck."
Yeah,
that's weird.
No, yeah, he phased through a wall, and the woman said, "You're a weird guy," and like in a joking way.
You're kind of a creepy dude. I like the scene where he's cleaning out the like trailer or whatever.
Oh my god! It's clean. It's clean.
It's like it's one of those like strange scenes where you have to assume that he, like you try to envision it in his mind, and I think that the way he wrote it and the way that he thought that it would play out, or the way that he thinks it is like this kind of playful, half romantic kind of thing going on. But it doesn't. It just seems so weird, and things like that appear in Fateful Findings as well, like the, toss the books off the fucking desk and rip clothes off and just really awkwardly smile at each other. There's like the scene with the spinach, where his spinach falls over and she's like, "Ooh," and they share this like really strange moment of playful intimacy over him dropping spinach. Like he set it on paper that was upright and it fell over. Okay, how playful. And then immediately, like this is right after he picked the girl up, and then like immediately after he's like, "I've been hacking." So
how does he keep hacking if he keeps destroying all the computer with all the work on it?
Broken laptops.
He keeps doing it again every time he smashes a laptop.
Does he just go to a junkyard and pick all those laptops up or something? Like they're clearly broken.
Probably Craigslist.
I'd say that's why it takes him so long to hack the entire movie, because he keeps breaking the laptop halfway through a hack.
My favorite.
It's part of the story.
Yeah.
Basically my theory about the laptops is that he's such a good hacker that he doesn't even need the screen turned on to be able to hack, because he knows what's happening. And so he saves the battery power because he never plugs them in. So he's able to like coast off of battery power for like forever.
Yeah.
because he already knows what he's doing hacking, that he doesn't even need the screen.
Yeah.
So you need the hinges to be fixed. It would be broken.
He's mastered the art.
I think Double Down was the only film he's ever made where he didn't have magic powers. Did he?
But I mean, he was a pro.
He did have an invisible force field that killed.
Yeah, didn't he like kill some? Yeah, he did kill someone.
Cancer too.
Yeah, he had a magical rock and he cured cancer, and then like.
No, that was.
I think I cured Megan's cancer.
That was Double Down. That was definitely Double Down.
No, because he had another magic rock and.
Oh yeah, there's more than one movie with the magic fucking rock.
Oh yeah, of course.
He keeps making it
so good.
Double Down and Fateful Findings both have magical rocks.
He's just building the Breenverse.
Yeah, I want to see the theory for the Neo Breen cinematic universe.
I think we need a bunch of like flow charts, and like we need to have a serious internet investigation into the Neil Breen extended universe.
Matt Pat needs to make a film theory.
Yeah.
Neil Breen.
Fucking god. Oh my god, a 12-part series.
Sorry guys, I gotta keep this fun.
You would make one fucking point and then go, guys, I ran out of time. That's all the time I have for now.
But just delay it for a week.
Yeah, he'd make one fucking point. It's like, okay, he'd be like, the significance of the rock is Mayan. Okay, guys, I ran out of time, and like it would take him 20 minutes just to tell you that. Then you'd be like, oh, guys.
The first 10 minutes is all the introduction jokes and shit. And then he gets to the video.
It's horrible. He's so progressively gotten worse, and then to the point where like I don't think anybody can defend him anymore.
His videos used to be good too. I used to like them.
They used to be at least entertaining, but
yeah,
like
he's applying math and science to video games. And it's dumb, but it's fun.
Yeah, it was dumb but fun, but now it's not like it's no longer a joke. Like his fucking For Honor video was the most inaccurate like piece of shit I've ever seen.
He hired someone that does it better than him. He hired the science guy from what was it?
From Bill Nye.
No, not him. From Shoddycast. He hired that guy.
Oh,
I don't know.
He does it a lot better. It's what it used to be. It's just a math and science guy.
I don't know if we'll ever do Life Story again.
Life Story?
I think Life Story was like our pilot test.
Yeah.
So that's
everyone keeps asking, but like, we did episode 3. We recorded it, but then we looked at it and was like, meh.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I I think we'll do more Adam and Merc stuff that isn't Pokemon, obviously. But I don't know if BBC Life Story. Not every episode is like
worth doing.
Yeah, it's not. You have to choose content that complements what you're doing.
Yeah, you guys were going to do an episode 3 at one point. What happened to that?
Well, yeah, and we recorded it, and then it was like there wasn't much funny about it, and it was like, well, okay.
I respect
and
that.
And then, Pokemon is
Awfully
much more
surprising.
enjoyable and much more well received, and if he's going to spend X amount of days working on something, it doesn't really make sense to prioritize Life Story over anything else he could be working on right now. So
I saw your tweet about how you hated the first half of Hacksaw Ridge, but what did you think about the second half?
I didn't say that.
Or, well, you thought it was very cheesy.
I said it was incredibly cheesy, but I didn't say anything. Somebody else said that they hated the first half, and then I responded saying both halves were awful.
Well, there you go. I guess that answers my question.
Yeah.
But I didn't say the first half sucked. I said they both suck.
Yeah.
Adam.
Yes.
Have you been to many small film festivals?
Too many. There's two people talking at once. Wait a minute. Somebody said something about film festivals. You asked.
Have you been to many small film festivals?
Many small film festivals. Well, I would say probably the smallest one I've been to was Edmonton Film Fest, and that was only because I lived there. And what's funny is the 2010 Edmonton Film Fest had Frozen, and I think that's where I saw it for the first time. Like the Adam Green Frozen was at Edmonton International Film Festival, which is hilarious because it's a city where like everybody that lives there knows what the cold is and like would not be fooled by that film for like a second. Like Edmonton's too far north, it's way too cold. So that would probably be the smallest one I've been to. I'd like to go to like Whistler Film Fest at some point. That would be nice. But it'd need wheels. Sorry, who else was trying to talk?
Sorry, I like glitched out for a second. I saw you gave Creep a 1 on IMDb, and I just want
fucking hated it.
Go just roast it.
Yeah, sorry, you wanted me to expand my thoughts?
Yeah.
Well, so I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I literally just published right before I started the Hangout. I just published my Get Out quickie, and I made a very small reference to Creep within that quickie, talking about unnecessary, completely forced jump scares, and I gave the screen cap of my rating to Creep because it's so bad.
Wait,
so
which one is Creep?
It's Mark Duplass, found footage movie.
Mark
Okay.
And like right off the fucking bat, it's just like the main character isn't convincing. It's found footage and it's boring. And then like a minute passes and he's like, "Oh, I'm in the car doing nothing. Waiting for this guy. Whatever." Look around, silence.
And then
Silence for 5 seconds. Bam! Ah! Like, and it's just Mark Duplass with his hand on top of his car. He's like, "Hey man, how's it going?" Like, and the entire rest of the film is basically just fucking that. Watch the trailer for the film, and they include one of those. They include Mark Duplass literally jumping out from behind a rock, going, "Ah, ha, I got you!" And it's like that's all the fucking movie is, and people think it's. I don't know what people got out of it. They're like, "Oh wow, what a creepy character." I'm so creeped out and disturbed by Mark Duplass's character and his performance. Wow, he's so weird. It was garbage, and the ending sucked. The double jump scare at the end, anybody who's seen that will understand what I'm talking about. That was bullshit. None of it was scary. I can't believe I watched the whole thing. I wanted to vomit the entire fucking time.
Like a comedy too? I don't know if I heard that right.
There was like elements of comedy, but it doesn't. It doesn't fucking
seen
stop.
The movie and like it was like trying to be a comedy, but not
in
really
ways.
getting there. It was it was strange.
But I mean, like, well, let's just see an IMDb for a second, because I know for a fact, like,
it's not listed as a comedy. No,
it's not on IMDb.
No.
Okay, well, that solves that then.
I don't know.
No, it is on IMDb.
Have you seen the trailer for Get Out where it says 100% on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yes, I have. Which is
Like
kinda funny.
one review.
Yeah, horror thriller is what Creep's listed as on IMDb. And the entire poster for Creep, all of the reviews that they show off on it says, from the producer, Paranormal Activity and The Purge, scary good, unnerving, chilling and hilarious. Okay, that's the only one that
Riveting.
mentions anything about any kind of comedy. And then deeply disturbing. And it's like the comedic elements to the film that it's like really obviously a comedy are just some of the moments of dialogue where they make a joke. I really like, as I said with Get Out, if they were trying to do the jump scares ironically, they did a really shit job at communicating that. Like, you can't, I don't even know if ironic jump scares are really something that can be done without them being annoying. Like, even if you were to make a film where jump scares happen ironically, like, how could you do that in a way that isn't still just fucking incredibly annoying?
Have the main character sort of like be as annoyed as the audience?
But horror movies do that all the time. Like, there's no way to differentiate them because
there's not like any self-awareness in those horror movies.
No, but I mean, like, the main characters, like, in shit tons of horror movies, they'll be like, you know, silence, phone rings, you scared me, or like, oh, why does that keep happening? Or like, some guy will be like, haha, pranked you, and like, it doesn't really matter if you're like, oh, that was a fake jump scare, and it's like trying to be funny, and it knows what it is. It's still annoying, and you're still. I feel like regardless, it's to get a startled reaction out of people. Like, that's what you know you're doing when you include it, and you know, whether you're startled or not, which I rarely am from those sort of things, you're just annoyed. Well, I am. I can't speak for everybody. I'm just really, really, really annoyed by them all the time.
I think
I saw Get Out at a preview screening, and I was talking to someone. I was like, my problem was especially the one. There's one jump scare in particular that's pretty horrible. Guy was trying to convince me that it was done intentionally because of Key and Peele's humor, but I couldn't find any like defense to kind of back that up. It was.
No, yeah, because I mean, like,
too, when we saw it, and we couldn't actually determine whether or not it was sort of a tongue-in-cheek because it was the first jump scare in the film. But it was like,
I don't think
our
it was.
initial reaction was laughter, though, and we're like, okay, well, was that actually intended for us to laugh, or was that actually intended to be scary? Because like,
I didn't even laugh. I
chuckled. It was just like it seemed more funny than anything, but like,
oh my god, sorry.
So yeah, something is happening.
No, it's somebody that I met. I know that but based on the fact that Pizza's in the frame, that I met you at RTX.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was at RTX.
But where's
You've been playing around with your picture for a little while now. I thought it was the only one noticed.
I was noticing. Well, I don't know how long it's been going on.
If you ever get married, Adam, are you gonna make that face for like your wedding photo?
Maybe.
Are you gonna have like people have your face being like that with an open coughing after your death?
Oh, well, maybe.
Just get that face engraved on your tombstone.
Yeah.
I'll request to be cremated and then have Banksy use my ashes as graffiti to make that face on the Statue of Liberty.
He glues. He just goes up there with glue. It's like, what is he doing? He throws your ashes on it. It's your face. Like, just perfect.
And your tombstone says "sad!" exclamation point.
Yeah, sad.
But like, how was the pizza?
That's a good
Tombstone
looking
says
pizza.
he finally got the cap off.
That was my favorite moment. One of your reviews. I can't get the cap. I can't get the cap.
I'm really trying to commit suicide.
How do you film that and not laugh at
I know.
it?
Why can't, like, they could have just like, again, you know, like the Hacksaw Ridge thing. They could have just had music over top of it and, you know, drowned out the narration or the voice, you know, like you didn't have to include that. Like, even if you filmed it, you didn't have to include it. You could have found ways to not include it.
I can't get the cap off.
It's what makes it extra hilarious is if you think about like her saying it, like she felt in that moment where she was, well, I guess she was trying to kill herself for a while, but
Couldn't get that.
Literally
damn
just
cap
trying
off.
to go for that cat for like an hour. I don't know. But in that moment where her friend breaks through and is like, "Oh my god!" Like she doesn't even say anything, but immediately our main character says, I can't get the cap off," as if to save herself from some sort of embarrassment or like the. Immediately, her first reaction is to try and explain what she's doing. Like, to try and explain that she can't get the cap off. Like, why do you feel like you need to explain that? If you're
How
trying
do
to
I
kill yourself,
suicide?
wouldn't you just go like, like, drop it or, like, put it to the side or, like, I wasn't doing anything. You just say, like, why does she say, I can't get the cap off? Like,
I like to imagine it was because
it's
she
for
was
the
asking
audience,
for
I
help.
guess.
Yeah,
She was asking for help. Can you help me get the cap off real quick?
Help me commit suicide. Be like, bro.
Where's Taylor? How should I know I'm grounded? That was pretty good.
How should I know? I'm grounded.
How should I know I'm grounded?
Mom says
I can't get the cap off. That was the moment where I knew that I had to make a video out of it, and that was very early on my channel too. I think that was like 2011, right? It's just some shitty like made-for-TV movie that the only reason I knew about it was because of 4chan. Because it's like a cyberbully movie, you know. Of course, it's gonna get some attention on 4chan. And so then it was
evil.
Well, yeah, it was. Yeah, I watched it just.
Against this?
Yeah, I watched it, and then it was already kind of funny, but the I can't get the cap off scene. I was in stitches watching that for the first time. That was so good. That was so good. You know, one of my favorite things to hear is a lot of teachers will use that film as like an anti-bullying thing to show to their classmates. And all the time I get messages from kids that are like, we had to watch this in class and everybody laughed their asses off during that scene. Or sometimes they'll say like, me and a friend laughed at that scene and then we got in trouble or something like that.
They should never ever like address cyberbullying in school because I got cyberbullied and then the teachers had a conference where they had the whole fucking school come in and talk about it and it was so embarrassing.
Oh god, that sounds so cringy.
It just got worse after that.
It's you get a fucking room full of people, adults who are supposed to be in charge, and they do not understand the internet. They do not understand technology, and they're trying to tell you, the people who have a better understanding of it, how to handle the situation, and they just do not fucking know or understand. I have such a problem with that.
They brought in one of the kids to personally apologize to me. It was so fucking awkward. I'm like, it's fine.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't care.
Oh,
you know, I'm not going to say that in no circumstances the schools shouldn't get involved.
No,
yeah, there would be.
They just have a track record of handling it so poorly.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, but like, I think if it's like a mixture of the cyberbullying and the real life bullying, then that's the problem.
Well, I mean, it really just depends on what it is. It really, to me, it just depends on what it is. Because like, you know, words like, haha, fag. Too gay to lift or whatever. Words like that doesn't really matter. It's all about how you interpret them. But if it's something like, you know, like photoshopping faces onto nude people in a way where it's like it's kids or something, then it's like doxing or like sharing private information or photographs or something. Then it's like, okay, well, I think that crosses a bit of a line.
But the problem with the movie, I think. There's a lot of problems with it, but I think the core problem is the main character. For a lot of reasons.
I still have that fish.
Her whole situation is just.
I don't know where it is.
Oh,
sorry. I was looking. He zoomed in on the fish. He gave me a fish at RTX.
Yeah, I gave you a shark. I gave everyone sharks. I'm sorry.
Remember at the beginning of the stream where I said I didn't blame you for interrupting me, and I would just keep going. Just keep going. Remember at the beginning of the stream? Okay, that's what I thought.
Right. There's only like a half hour left in the stream, right? Like, this is about
minimum.
That's why I didn't want to talk for too long.
Well, yeah, there's a story
I
I kind of want to tell, but I'm waiting till like closer towards the end.
Oh. How long is the story?
It's okay. It's not really a story. It's just kind of. I don't know. I guess now is as good a time as any to embarrass myself. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. If it doesn't really matter whether or not it's at the end, you can do it now.
Just wait for like most people to clear out, so I don't.
Oh.
But I'm making this sound.
Is this something you want to private message me on Patreon?
No, it's fine. It's just I have you now, so it's just I'm actually like a furry myself, and I've been really closeted about it most of my life, and I just didn't want to become one of those really cringy people that just like shove it in everybody's face and make it my whole identity and all that stuff. And I was just, and then I saw that wiki article, the really hateful one. I don't remember the name of, and I was
on like furries or.
Yeah, about furries.
There's a wiki article on. Are you talking about like Encyclopedia Dramatica or something?
That one, yeah, that one. I was looking through it, just like, oh my god, this is how the internet sees me, isn't it? Oh fuck, this is.
To be fair, everything on that website is really hateful.
Yeah, as I read more of it, I kind of started nitpicking it. Like, well, wait a minute, you could say this about any group of people. You could say this about anybody. This is totally insert hate speech here shit. But still, it like made me upset, and I was like, "Oh, this is how the internet's gonna see me." And then I saw your Ask Me Anything page, and I didn't know that was part of your identity. And you're just like one of the coolest people ever. So like, I was like, "Oh," and I was like reading through it, and I was like, "I don't need to be ashamed of this. This is actually totally fine." So. I'm blushing right now. I just wanted to say thanks for helping me come to terms with that.
I appreciate that. That's what you got out of it.
Yeah.
Because I had a really fucking tough time with it, and like there was no such thing as like an example that I could point to of like a furry that wasn't. Like super cringy, and especially, the community in the old town that I lived in. And also the fact that like, when I was coming to terms with it, it was like in like between 2005 and 2007, where not only was, the general acceptance of it, like just non-existent, but, like most of the art looked like shit kind of, and like, it was just such a like really super underground niche thing that like it was incredibly like isolating. And I mean you've read the Ask Me Anything. I don't need to get too detailed about anything. But I think it's important to try to be a decent individual, I guess. And, that sometimes can be enough to change another individual's perception. There's a couple different kinds of people. There's, somebody who, if they find out I'm a furry, they're like, now I respect you less. Or there's the person that if they find out I'm a furry, then it's like, oh, well, apparently furries aren't as bad as I thought.
Yeah, that was exactly my reaction.
We're just, cringy people. And so the reason why this happens, the reason why, the general image of furries is so negative is because, I mean, it's getting a lot better over time. But it's because it's a subculture that's based on the internet, right? And so, especially back in 2007, if you had literally any subculture based on the internet, of course, like there's going to be a huge amount of like autistic people and like really fat computer nerds and like just socially awkward people. And now that it's becoming a bit more mainstream, like the internet is something that everybody uses now, and other people are discovering it. It's like you look at conventions today, like that video I posted of the on Twitter of the furry dancing to like Ethan's H3H3 whatever song.
I haven't seen that.
Like the conventions that I go to, somebody replied to that tweet saying like, "Oh God, I imagine the smell in that hall." But what's weird about it is like it's no longer at the point where like furries are exclusively like internet nerdy, autistic, like super computer obsessed people. Now it's like a mix between that and a lot of just like regular people are like, there's like every single year, like more young people showing up at conventions all the fucking time. Like every generation, there's like a higher percentage. And it's just like, ever since I moved to Vancouver, especially, you know, I've felt like much more, you know, relatable to the community. You know, I've found myself being able to connect with people more. There's a larger community here, a more varied one, and I feel like I've met people that, you know, are more like me. But you don't see those in the media. You don't see those on Dr. Phil. You know, when Dr. Phil does his casting call, of course he's gonna go for Boomer the dog.
Oh my
man
God!
Who dresses up in like literally like paper fursuit and tried to get his name legally changed and shit like that. That's what you're gonna see because that, you know, that gets attention. You know, same thing. You know, Wall Street Journal, PewDiePie, whatever. And so, yeah, it sucks, but what can you do? You know, who knows what the future holds? But anyway,
the first. I'm sorry. I'll be quick.
Okay, sure.
The first furry convention I went to, it was like, okay, I'm just gonna go to this, see if I like it. If I don't like it, I'll just spend the whole weekend in my hotel room. Fuck it. And I was expecting like protest groups outside and the hotel being all but like it was so not that. Like the hotel staff was actually really supportive and everybody there was so nice, and the hotel staff was like actually taking pictures with people. It was just like, okay, this is not bad.
It's like any kind of fan convention that exists elsewhere. You know, it's like sure there are community stereotypes in the same way that, you know, like do you think that Star Trek convention people aren't, you don't think like a few of them are fucking in costume or something? Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, it's something that exists, but it's definitely I wouldn't, not the majority, that's for sure. But anyway,
yeah, thanks again. Just, I don't mean to hijack the conversation.
Oh, no worries. I appreciate it. I just wanted to say one more thing about it because I brought up the person tweeting saying like, oh, imagine the smell. And it's like, I think, you know, if this was like maybe like 2005 or 2007 furries, and it was like that many people that were all like that kind of furry, maybe like the percentage of like hygienic to non-hygienic nerdy or whatever, then maybe that might be the case, and it might be like, oh no, this whole dance hall smells really shitty or whatever. But I've never experienced that at a furry convention. And what was absolutely fucking mind-blowing to me was when I went to my first kind of convention that wasn't really a furry convention, and that was RTX. And a lot of the stereotypes that that people threw at furries without, and obviously these people throw them at furries without having actually been to any of these conventions or probably even knowing any kind of furries. A lot of the stereotypes that I've heard from people throwing at us were actually very present and persistent at RTX. And not to like obviously I'm not trying to shame, you know, Rooster Teeth. And it was also a big combination convention of, they've now swallowed up like SGD, no, not SGDQ. They had like Screw Attack Gaming or something. Like there's like huge, it was a huge thing, but it is like nerd culture, YouTube video game, like a lot, like it is that sort of, you're going to find a high amount of people that are like, you know, the same kind of nerdy-ish people that I was mentioning earlier, because this is now a lot more computer-based, you know, and it's a lot something like a gaming internet convention is going to attract a lot more of that. And what's crazy about it is like, yeah, I feel like the male to female ratio, there's more females I've seen at furry conventions than I saw at, you know, that gaming convention. The dance hall that I peeked inside for like 20 minutes, there was definitely a smell. It was like a steam room sauna. But I'm not, obviously I don't want to talk like shit about the convention. I thought the convention itself was great. But if we're talking about like stereotypes of like being thrown at furries for being either socially awkward or unhygienic or something like that. It was fascinating to me to find out that those stereotypes were more persistent at events that had nothing to do with furries, and now it's like, okay, well now I can understand why people throw those out at furries.
Kind of like how the audience at Zootopia was actually a lot more well behaved.
Oh yeah, that was one of the points I was making. Is like, it's like despite that, the Star Wars fans are much more obnoxious. Star Wars fans are much more obnoxious than furries ever could be about Zootopia.
Yeah, fuck that camp full of people. Kill them. Put them in you got to concentrate them.
Just one's a lot less socially acceptable.
On the smell thing. On the smell thing, I don't think he was referring to the hygienics of the people who are furs. I think he might have meant like a lot of people in their suits. That's obviously going to cause people to sweat more.
I don't think that's what. Go and read the tweet. But I don't think that's what was.
That sounds way too thoughtful.
Because you can see like this giant crowd full of people, and like every and like that sort of statement is almost a meme in a sense, because almost like whenever there's like a crowd full of like people who are perceived as like nerdy.
Like that picture that says like the fat kid at a computer, like you could just smell the SpaghettiOs on the screen.
That was that one that I liked that one.
Yeah, but that's basically what you're talking about. That's what they're translating.
Almost, yeah. But it's very commonly used whenever there's like a crowd of people or crowd of furries.
It is a funny picture though.
Anyway, I don't have a fursuit. Just because I'm a furry doesn't mean I have a fursuit. That's another weird misconception.
Yeah,
like people think that the fandom is literally around dressing up like animals, but that's not it at all.
That's just like cosplay. Not everybody cosplays.
Oh yeah, and again, just like any other convention, like RTX, there's some cosplayers there.
Yeah, you helped me like get rid of a lot of misconceptions about what it meant to be a furry. So that was really helpful. I'm
glad it has helped you in some way.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Moto.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to the chat.
I'm just here to say that I'm a big fan of your work.
Thank you so much.
What should I say, Brian?
You can say whatever you want.
Penis.
All right. I have one request. Review Unfriended 2 when that comes out.
Oh Jesus. Well, we'll see if it comes out.
Wait, hold on. They're making a 2? What?
Well, I mean, they did. I did include footage that hinted at it at the end of the review, which is something I like to do, especially with horror movies, because it just seems like that's all that happens with horror movies. I don't really I would like to see if that's actually going to be in production or not.
No, the first one did really well, right?
I know, and it's like if Jason Blum is doing it, like why would he not? He produces everything now. Every shitty horror movie that exists in all theaters,
including Get Out.
Ooh. Oh yeah,
Split.
Everything.
Oh,
he
shots
produced
fired.
Whiplash. He produces good things every once in a while.
Oh, Whiplash. Fuck that movie.
Wait, he made Whiplash? What?
Well, he produced it.
Oh, he produced it. Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Well, if Unfriended 2 comes out, then that will definitely be on my radar.
There is already an IMDb page for it.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
It's being written.
All right. Thanks. See ya.
Thank you so much for the support.
Yeah, and Phalis has a $5,000 budget. IMDb doesn't mean shit. He's a movie critic.
Phalis?
No, well, I know who he is. What were you saying about 5,000?
Just on his IMDb page, it says he has a $5,000 budget
for his show?
channel. Yeah, for his web show.
For $5,000. $5,000 budget over the course of 10 years, or
It's not clear. But it's just IMDb is just full of misinformation.
Because anyone can edit it.
I'm just really happy that Phalis brought Halloweeny to the front. Oh man, it's like his channel. I don't know about before, but once Halloweeny showed up, I was like, wow, I can really get into this. I was like, oh man, this is a good channel.
I'm gonna read you the description to my IMDb page.
You have an IMDb?
Oh boy.
I didn't make this. From a young age, he loved film and adored going to the cinema to see his favorite movies. Some of his personal favorites are Toy Story 3, Precious, in parentheses, based on the novel by Derek Savage, and Derek Savage saves the kids.
That has got to be a troll. That's got to be a troll. There's no way.
It's got to be a fan.
What
He,
if
he directs, produces, and let's be honest here, guys, he's pretty gay.
was gonna go
That's
there?
pretty good. I don't know. I'm not gonna report it. It's pretty accurate, so.
That's hilarious.
Perfect.
I like under that it says trademark occasional horse motifs.
Oh no!
I have there's a lot of good stuff on my TV tropes page. Somebody made a TV tropes page for Your Movie Sucks, and there's like a shit ton of people on that website are very thorough.
Yeah.
Very, very thorough. And there's a lot of information that gets posted there. Oops.
Oh,
all right.
got...
Article. Looks like the Unfriended 2 sequel got canned.
Aww.
Why the horse sequel got... Oh, wait. Oh, now it's in the works? What? You just...
No!
You said canned. You said canned and that you linked, but you said...
Because if you read the whole article, it says that
article.
it would be released in the spring of 2016. So
well, that just means it's been delayed.
It would be released a year ago.
I mean, it'd be fun to see you do a YMS on it, but that doesn't mean I want to fucking come out.
Oh.
It's like I want Donald Trump to get elected so we can make memes about him. Like, no.
I hope that if it
okay, that's
does...
a big difference. So you can just ignore Unfriended 2. If you want to, you can ignore Unfriended 2. It'll have no effect on your life. But
fair enough. It was just
there's some
as a Canadian, I can ignore Donald Trump and
when the nukes drop.
Oh, everyone talks about the nukes. Everybody falls back to the nukes. Like, oh, well, once he drops the nukes on like Switzerland.
I know. I'm just joking.
Have you seen that picture of Justin Trudeau's butt that's been going viral?
What?
Have you seen that? Like, there's
I
this
have not
big...
seen it.
I feel like this wouldn't have happened to John Chrétien. You know, I feel like this wouldn't have happened to Stephen Harper.
They didn't have that ass.
Yeah, that's yep. There you go.
Badasses.
I know people who actually voted for Trudeau because he was a handsome boy. That's it. like there. I think every 30 to like and up woman who voted ended up voting for Trudeau because he's the most handsome boy, and that's it. There was like Facebook posts upon Twitter posts of just, oh, he's so handsome. How could he ever screw anything up?
That is really weird. That sounds gross.
So, the browser I'm using to do this Hangout is being really fucky and has been frozen for the past, like, 2 minutes. So I don't know what'll happen if I restart. So I can't even really see you guys. I can't see chat anymore. So I don't really know...
We're still on air.
Yeah, we're. I think so. We're.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
we're still on.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try closing a couple different tabs, but it might require me to close the Hangout and come back, and I don't really know what.
Refresh it.
I don't know what that means. So if I drop out. And I'm not able to come back. You know what? If I just join using the link, I just don't know what it'll do for the broadcast. I'm just very confused about what will happen. It's pretty evident that I actually have to restart the browser though.
The broadcast is fine. Like I'm playing.
It'll keep broadcasting without me onto my channel.
Maybe because what I see on the Hangout video on YouTube is like the GIF I'm playing is still actually playing there. So.
Well, I haven't.
Everything's
technically ended the broadcast.
What is that GIF?
I'm just like because I'm talking to you guys right now. I just like I don't see anything. So like visually, it's frozen, and I would like to be able to read chat. So I'm gonna have to drop out. I'm gonna try to come back.
Okay.
If first I don't
just keep talking. It's like we got 10 minutes left anyways.
Well, I'm gonna stay for longer than 10 minutes.
Huh?
So if I don't come back, just check the Patreon thing. I'll post another link to the new one, but I think that I should be able to rejoin using the old.
Ips. Well, he left.
He's gone.
If you do want to know about this GIF is
what?
a film called The Dalarian Chronicles. It is a work of high art, 2002.
I thought it was the robot from Rocky 4 at
Now,
first.
there is a mystery to this film. The mystery is,
oh my god, this
there's
movie
8 minutes missing from it. Shh, no, it's beautiful. There's 8 minutes missing from this. There's director's commentary at the very start of the film, and if you go to Amazon Prime to watch it, if you slide through the bar, it's 8 minutes out of sync because the first 8 minutes is the, you know how on like the slide bar on YouTube you get the, you know, thumbnail previews.
Yeah. Oh, you could see it just barely.
You can see the preview. Yeah, you can see them. The director's commentary, but it's not there. And I've contacted Amazon about this. They said they'd fix it, but they still haven't. They gave me $10 though.
They gave you $10 so that you could fix it.
I want to know. I want to see the director's commentary and see how this fuck up was made.
Is it? Hey.
Hey.
So I'm back.
We're talking about the Dalarian Chronicles.
And the chat's still going.
Real important political shit over here. The conspiracy theory about the Dalmatian Chronicles.
No, Dalarian.
I know
There's
it.
8 minutes missing, and Amazon won't.
Oh, it's still going.
Space Jews from the future.
I need to see
So we
it.
solved the mystery at least. Now we know that if I drop out and come back, it's still going.
Which
is kind of cool.
Still
I think the frame rate of the webcam's improved.
Yes.
I don't know why more people don't use Google Hangouts.
Because
this is so what happened at the beginning of the Hangout is I plugged in an old webcam, and then I was like, oh shit, I forgot I had this newer webcam. So I went to my room and grabbed it, and then we plugged it in, but we didn't restart Google Hangouts. So I think the quality was still shit, even though using this webcam, because now it looks so much better. Like it looks higher res and it looks better frame rate just by closing it and reopening it. So if that information is useful to anybody, if you plug in a different webcam, make sure to close the browser and then open it again, because holy shit, this is an improvement. Wow.
It will be a big help to the 3 other people that use Google Hangouts.
Look at my frame rate, guys.
You can see 60
fascinating.
FPS.
Adam Johnson's
Take
long
that,
halftime
EA.
walk.
You can see my pores. You can see my like shitty mustache that only exists because my hair's so goddamn thick that even right after shaving, it still looks like I have a fucking mustache. I got really thick hair though.
We wouldn't have noticed that.
Yeah, I can see the mustache.
You are now.
It's like a darker. It looks like I have a 5 o'clock shadow like immediately after I shave.
You have a reverse tan line.
Hey Adam.
PTSD.
Yes.
I just checked Get Out on Rotten Tomatoes and it's got 100%.
Yes.
Why?
But you understand
good,
how Rotten Tomatoes works, right? Because unlike Metacritic, the percentage that everybody pays attention to is not an algorithm based on the actual scores of the reviews. It is simply a percentage of fresh to rotten reviews. So if 100% of ratings from critics are 6 out of 10, then it will have a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. So Get Out is a film that I think is universally well-liked enough to give a positive rating rather than a negative rating. So that's why it would be 100%. So don't trust Rotten Tomatoes because it's bullshit.
I feel bad for Mark. He's so bored over there.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy. Just checking out the Twitter.
It's still so good to be interrupted earlier.
Oh, Adam, I wanted to thank you. I went back and watched one of the old top 10 videos, I think 2013, whichever had the Everything Too Terrible in it.
All right. I think that was 2012.
13.
Maybe 11. 2013 had the maybe, I don't know.
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
Either way, you mentioned to if the guys are in your town to ever go see them, so you know.
Oh,
I
yeah?
was just watching this recently, and I'm like, oh, I might have see if there's any tour planned. And it turns out they were actually doing a 7th anniversary showing of To Everything Too Terrible.
Oh, I love that. That's my favorite one.
So I got to go see that live, and that was pretty awesome. So I just wanted to thank you for
No problem. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, Mark left.
I heard him mumble something coffee. So I think that's what he's doing.
He's gonna go watch Black Coffee for the 50th time.
What's your opinion on the whole Jerry Maguire project they're doing at the moment?
Oh, well, they've been doing that for a long time.
Well, they actually have a GoFundMe for the pyramid and everything now.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, they're good at marketing themselves.
What's this Jerry Maguire thing?
It's just a meme that's existed with Everything is Terrible like since forever ago, where they say, send us your Jerrys, and people at their shows, or they'll mail them in. They'll send them like VHS copies of Jerry Maguire, and they're like, like part of the lore I remember reading on their website. I don't know if it exists still, but they had this like, basically they dressed up as like aliens, and then they were like, there was some reason why like the aliens wanted all of the Jerrys, and they would need to have every last copy of the Jerry Maguire movie on VHS.
They were still doing that at the live show recently, so yeah, that's still going on.
Oh yeah, they've been doing that forever. I've witnessed somebody get up from the crowd with like a big fucking like plastic tub of Jerry Maguire VHSs. I think that was the time that we're at the show and Mark had like one, and so it was just like they were like, yeah, thank you, but then like in comparison, this big fucking like of Jerry Maguire VHS.
I like how
funny.
Adam, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Most unintentionally funny moment of 2016 in film, in theaters, that you laughed the hardest at.
Oh. Oof. That's a good one. Which movies did I see in 2016?
Collateral Beauty.
Oh boy.
For me, it was the chicken scene in Manchester by the Sea, the chicken fridge scene.
That's pretty dumb. Let me think. I'll have to look at. I think you can just search IMDb for like 2016 films. Honestly,
if it was any movie ever, it would have. I can't get the cap off.
Oh yeah, that is one of the best unintentionally funny scenes.
Have you ever heard of the Dalarian Chronicles?
The what?
The Dalarian Chronicles.
No, I've never heard of it.
It's a work of art. I'm telling you that.
Looks like something you'd want to see. I'm looking at the IMDb right now.
So I'm just scrolling through like most popular feature films released in 2016, I guess according to the IMDb meter or whatever. So I'm going through them right now. Hacksaw Ridge is a 2016 film, so right now it's the I'm Gonna Beat You. So I can let's keep scrolling through.
Wasn't Pass Through released in 2016?
Oh my god.
What is your fucking...
I don't know if we're talking about like unintentionally hilarious moments in films, it's like, can we really include films that like the entirety of it is something that you're expecting to be bad? I don't know.
Well, yeah, you expect it to be bad.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
he doesn't expect it to be bad. He makes it.
Yeah. What else was in 2016 that I saw that would... Yeah, scrolling through right now. What else?
I'm trying to remember if there were any really bad moments in Rogue One. That was.
I didn't even watch Rogue One.
Rogue One wasn't funny bad though. It was just mediocre.
It was just boring.
Yeah, it probably was. So I can't think of anything.
There wasn't anything funny bad.
No, probably not.
I did like the robot guy though. He was pretty okay.
I don't know. I mean, in one scene, the characters literally acknowledge that he will be a comic relief character. I didn't like that.
Yeah, that's always cringy.
When was that?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It was in the beginning where Cassian says that, this is the K2SO. He says whatever pops into his mind, and I'm like, oh, cool. He's going to be a comic relief character.
Yeah, like that Ratchet and Clank movie. There were so many characters of like, oh, we're going to sell so many memes of this character. Let's give him all of the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it takes me so long to... Oh, wait. The Shallows was really funny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck. Nerve is a 2016 film.
Mm-hmm.
Tons of that shit. It takes me so long to watch films like right after the year has ended, because I'm always so patient, because I'm like, well, I know that my list isn't going to be able to come out for another year, so like I'm usually not rushing to see films within the year, like, because I know I'm going to get to them. So right now, over the past few months, I've mostly been focusing on 2015 films, which, regardless of whether or not I expect them to be great, those are most of the movies I've been watching. So I don't know.
Yeah, I still want to see Max Steel. I heard that's pretty good.
I have a tab open for Max Steel, understanding that I would like to see that. Oh, it's on Netflix.
I think I saw it on there, and I was like, really? They made a fucking Max Steel movie? Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was something other streaming service, but I couldn't believe that it was a thing. Oh no, it was a rental on PlayStation. It was on sale. That's where I saw it.
There's a really there's a fucking funny as shit 2016 movie with a moment that would probably definitely be my answer right off the bat right now, but I can't say what it is because I don't want it to, because it's something that I'm planning on reviewing, and I don't want to
spoiler.
I don't even want anyone to know that this movie exists, really.
Oh yeah, so they can't beat you to the punch, huh?
It's the Dalarian Chronicles.
Well, I know for a fact that like nobody's watched it, so
the Dalarian Chronicles.
Like right now there's no, I don't have to worry about like doing a race between myself and other YouTube reviewers, because it's on nobody's radar, and I kind of want to keep it that way. So.
Is it Surf's Up 2?
No.
Oh, they made
I saw that. I got to see that movie. I got Surf's Up the original. I saw it like an early screening when I was like 10, I think.
I thought it was
Surf's
alright.
Up 2 stars a bunch of WWE wrestlers, and
yay,
it's not good.
I actually didn't mind Surf's Up. I thought it was alright. That was cute.
The first one was good. Yeah.
Have any of you started watching Nirvana the band, the show?
What?
Because the first 4 episodes are out. So it's the new show by Matt Johnson, who made The Dirties and Operation Avalanche, and I interviewed him on my channel not that long ago, somewhere around the end of 2015. Definitely watch it. It is fucking hilarious. I am loving it.
Watch it?
It's on iTunes. It airs on Viceland and like City TV. But yeah, it's also on iTunes.
I guess iTunes for me then.
Yeah, it's hysterical. So just one thing to keep in mind for it is, along with the other Matt Johnson projects, there's a lot of like real life in it. So it's basically if you mixed like Kenny versus Spenny with The Dirties with like Ali G show or something, where basically like there's moments each episode where they're just basically fucking with people in real life, but they write a story around it and write a story in ways where they know that they can fuck with people. Yeah, it's hilarious, and it's also really funny to see real people's reactions to the crazy shit that they do. But yeah,
I'm talking about Nirvana the band, the show.
First episode is actually free on YouTube on the Viceland channel. Although it's region restricted, but I think you can watch it. Like somebody on my subreddit posted some. There's always ways to watch a region restricted YouTube video. I just don't remember right off the bat.
Yeah, it's a VPN, right?
Or just typing the URL into another website that does it for you or something.
Have you seen Who Killed Captain Alex?
No.
That's another like IAG did a review of that. It looks like something up your alley.
Leaky Wood movies.
Who's that?
That's the African. That's the group that produced Who Killed Captain Alex.
Oh, I Hate Everything did a thing on it, right?
Yeah, that's where I heard about it.
Oh,
I ordered it.
I've seen YouTube clips of things from it, and it all seems pretty funny.
Movie, action movie.
Man, I would totally love going to Uganda if I wouldn't get killed for being gay.
Oh yeah.
For eating the poo-poo.
Yeah. It's a crime there.
It's still, well.
It's like a crime punishable by death.
Okay.
I still don't understand why that's just completely associated with gay people. That it's like, oh, if you're gay, then you must love doing it up the butt. Like it's just synonymous.
Well, I mean, a lot of gay people do.
Yeah, but still, it's
including
like
myself.
Straight people do that all the time.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So like the stereotype isn't completely unjustified. Although I actually know a lot of gay people who just aren't interested in anal at all.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely one of them. I don't know. I have no interest.
But yeah, I mean, like, even though I would bet that there's a higher percentage in the gay community of people that do anal. Doesn't really matter because straight people do it too.
Yeah, that's where I'm coming from.
So it's like if there's any like consistent, like supposedly logical reasoning for being against it, then apply that to the straight community as well. Oops, you didn't.
Straight people eat the poo-poo.
Yeah. You say you eat the period blood.
Fuck.
You eat the yeast infection.
Good night, everybody.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Why is period blood treated different than normal blood?
Because where it comes from.
Oh yeah, but like, do you think you could get away with showing maybe like in a PG-13 movie? You could get away with a cut showing some blood, maybe. Like you get a cut on your arm and show some blood, but there's no way in hell you get away with period blood.
Well, what about Superbad?
That is very R-rated.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
The MPAA is a bunch of bitches anyway, so.
A bunch of pussies.
Bunch of assholes.
Their ratings don't make any sense. Hunger Games, by its concept alone, should be rated R. It's about kids murdering each other.
But they intentionally.
There's no blood.
13 rating.
Well, yeah.
And it's like the MPAA is way more comfortable with violence than sexuality,
which is super weird.
It's very American. It's very representative of American culture.
Yeah, you could chop a 12-year-old's head off, but don't show two consenting adults fuck.
Yeah.
And what I find weird is how television,
the whole Walking Dead thing, especially.
TV-14 ratings can show so much violence. Like Hannibal's TV-14, but PG-13 is just 1 year lower, and you can't even show blood.
Oh, have you seen that Walking Dead thing where it's like it's showing the scene where the zombies are all tearing somebody apart and eating them, and then it cuts immediately to a Kentucky Fried Chicken ad?
No, I didn't.
Fuck?
It's hilarious.
I want to get back to that PG-13 TV-14.
Sure.
Sorry, did I glitch out? Because I was talking and it just for a second.
Is TV-14 an American rating?
It's an American rating, and you can have no F-bombs. You can have like one shit. You can no nudity, like implied after sex, but you can show a lot of blood and violence. But on a PG-13 ratings, you can't show like blood.
Oh, interesting.
It's weird. It's a weird.
Well, no, it looks like. So I just looked up TV parental guidelines wiki, and it looks like it jumps straight from TV PG to TV-14.
Yeah.
So I don't know if PG-13 is a thing for television.
Oh no, it's not. I'm just saying that it's weird that exists on TV.
Oh,
and the film
well, those are two different entities.
I know.
Because the FCC does TV, and then the MPAA does movies. So yeah, I mean, like MPAA is like a fucking backwards, ridiculous organization. There's a really good documentary called "This Film Is Not Yet Rated."
Oh yeah,
strongly suggest checking it out.
That was really good.
And it really exposes them for how awful they are. They shouldn't even be an organization. They shouldn't be an entity at all. They shouldn't have any sort of fucking leeway in the film industry. I hate them. Fucking Matt Johnson's Operation Avalanche got an R rating. For what? What in that film justifies an R rating?
Did it say fuck more than 2 times?
I don't even think so.
That is such an arbitrary thing. Why can't you say fuck once? It makes no sense. What?
More than once is offensive. You gotta not be offensive.
My favorite example was the movie Bully, which was basically targeted at teenage audiences, and it got an R rating because in one scene a kid says fuck 5 times. So they had to edit it down to PG-13, and they like said like you can only bring they had a new rule. It's like you can see it as an R rating, but your parents had to say yes at the door or something like that to send you to see it.
There was a
It was the dumbest fucking thing. Voucher, there it is, yeah. Because it has 5 uses of fuck.
Operation Avalanche is rated R for language, including a brief sexual reference.
Oh my god.
It was after watching the film. That's something that in Canada would be rated like PG.
Is that what?
Let's see. I want to know what it's rated in Canada actually, because I don't know if I even looked that up.
When I was
maybe PG. I mean, sorry, maybe.
Canada is PG.
It couldn't be 14A. Yeah.
It's PG. Yeah.
Oh, you already looked it up? Yeah, it's PG in Canada, R in the States.
Oh my god.
Is that worth a watch, by the way? Is it good?
Oh, it's great.
Canadians got more balls, I guess.
But so after watching The Dirties, Operation Avalanche, and the first 5 episodes of Nirvana the Band the Show, I think that Nirvana the Band the Show is my favorite thing Matt Johnson has done. I think he's very suited for that comedy genre, especially that type of comedy genre. Like it's a show that I'm gonna be like very aggressively trying to watch as soon as the episodes come out. So I'm very excited for more.
Oh, how do you feel about the Samurai Jack season?
The what? Oh, I don't really. Even when I was a kid, I was never like. I don't know. I watched it every once in a while. I wasn't wowed by it.
Well, no, I mean, like, more interested in what you have to say about the idea of a show growing with its audience and being rebooted on a new level.
I think that's cool, and I think we'll see more things like that as time goes on. Things like that have been happening for a couple of years now. It's getting more frequent.
Fuller House.
That one didn't grow with its audience, though. Really, like
technically, it can only get greenlit.
Actors grew.
It can only get greenlit just from having a nostalgic fan base that would watch it. But I mean, if we're gonna, we could also say Samurai Cop 2 got funded. So that would be something that was through like a Kickstarter, right? So that's an example. There's Kickstarters especially. We're gonna be seeing a lot more of these kinds of things, which I'm excited for.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be back in like a minute. I'm just gonna fill up some water and
see if Marcus has passed out.
Yeah, Mark never came back.
Maybe he died.
He OD'd on coffee.
He might have died.
Either that or he was watching black coffee and he just passed out while furiously masturbating.
I'll be back in a minute.
I really hope he didn't die. I like the Pokemon stuff.
But if he wasn't doing the Pokemon thing, then you wouldn't give a shit.
All right. Yeah, it would be so guys, look at my screen share. Which is the more attractive?
Danny DeVito's pretty fucking hot.
Danny Phantom or Danny Phantom?
Girl.
Where's Adam?
He died.
He knew you were coming, so he left.
He knew.
Reveal the next layer. Drake and Josh.
No, he finally had enough of our shit and left.
Wait, what if that's just in the next hour, just us, just like, he waits and this like.
Oh yeah, the YouTube audience would fucking love that.
Yeah,
YouTube audience loves nobodies.
Wall Street Journal, famous YouTuber abandons his audience because of anti-Semitic suppressed feelings.
Oh, can we call him a Jew? When he gets back, can we call him a Jew?
Self-hating Jew.
He puts on his headphones. We're like, fuck off, Jew.
Off screen, he starts saying some really anti-Semitic things, and then like leans over, like, "Oh shit, the camera's still on."
Sex is bad, violence is good.
What's
you know
up,
the,
everybody?
Oh my god.
Oh my God,
It's your
Mark's
boy.
alive.
Thank God the funny one came
It's
back.
me. Hi.
Yes, the boy.
Hey, Mark.
It's Mark's time
Finally.
to shine.
The funny guy is
I know.
back.
The funny man
starring Mark,
finally
yeah.
showed.
Mark, you can finally finish that anecdote you were going to finish earlier, but you got interrupted.
Should I? Like, I don't even know what I was talking. I think I was just saying that, like, the main character of Cyberbully is just so unlikable, and everything she does is such a nightmare. Like, she's actually like the cause of all of her problems.
Yeah.
She intentionally baits people to like make fun of her. She's the reason why her life sucks, and it's hard to relate to a character because I think a lot of people who get cyberbullied, they are the victims 100%. Like, it's like they haven't done anything to incite anything against them. It just happens because somebody's bored or
Okay, I do.
I would say 100%, but
what I find like extra insulting, I guess, about the film is like they I think what they were trying to go for is like trying to show kids like, oh, it can happen to you too. So they had the girl, like the main character is literally bullying other people at the beginning of the film and like shit talking people, and then it's like, oh, you can't handle it when it's dished back at you. Like, okay, well, fuck. But I think it's just like, it's so odd to try and the only way you're ever gonna get sympathy for somebody in like a shitty cyberbullying is wrong movie is if it's a girl. You know, they couldn't do that with her boyfriend. It literally wouldn't exist. B, she had to be like super attractive and super white and like blonde and like I'm not like SJW type and all. Like, I don't give a shit what the overall casting is or like proportions or like Hollywood, blah blah blah. I don't really care. But if you're making it about cyberbullying, it kind of goes against just like, there's no way in hell that her, not just based on her superficial image or identity, but her as a character and what she does in the film and how she acts and what she does to other people, there's no way in hell that that's like a representative of what cyberbullying can do to someone. No, and when like, who do you think is getting cyberbullied more, her or like the fat kid in class? Her or like, you know, like it's like the fact that they had to create this like fictional narrative around this like perfect middle, like I would say middle upper class white girl, like.
Yeah, well, like that's the problem is like, and a lot of things it's just like, oh, why does every male protagonist have to be like this ripped white dude with the Nathan Drake haircut? And that's because it really doesn't matter in those kind of situations. It's just like, it could be anyone, but you just want to.
Well, yeah, in this one, it's just like.
Yeah, but in this situation, it matters because you don't want to portray like Nathan Drake getting cyberbullied because it doesn't fucking happen.
No, that would be great.
That would actually be really funny.
That'd be a good way for the series
Sully,
to go.
come quick! You're bullying me again!
Whenever you do an impression, it always sounds like Cool Cat. That's...
Nate! No!
I'm thinking about cyberbullying.
Oh, good, Sully. Oh, good. Real bullied online.
It's okay, Nathan. Don't worry. I'll beat up those bullies.
We'll sue them.
The goddamn bullies turned Nathan's brain into junk. He's in the hospital now.
That's the only reason I'm gonna watch the film Sully, is so I can pretend that he's the Sully from the Uncharted series.
Oh,
that's what I'm gonna. I'm literally not going to watch it in the way that they want me to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
Boring.
It's the
prequel. I didn't think Sully was that bad, honestly.
I'll watch it. I don't know. I'm not rushing to watch it. So.
I mean, I was expecting it to be a piece of shit, but it was just mediocre. So I was like, oh.
It's still kind of.
Mediocre to me is the worst a movie can be.
Yeah, but
Because-
when you expect a piece of shit, I mean, mediocre is like.
Well, if you can go in expecting a piece of shit, at least you can point and laugh at what.
I think I'd be disappointed if I was expecting a piece of shit and I got a mediocre movie.
Well, I mean, I
Piece of
wasn't
shit
expecting
that's
something
happened
bad.
before.
I mean, I was expecting to get furious at it because it was terrible. But, but I
Yeah.
mean, it was,
I enjoy
it was
shit.
better than that, so.
Because you can enjoy shit and you can enjoy good, but mediocre is just it's that you can't really laugh or be enjoyed by.
And Laura Linney's kind of horrible in it, and she's actually good in Nocturnal Animals in like the 5 seconds she was in it. So I was like disappointed by that also.
I don't really understand going to see a movie
have that, by
for
the
an
way, now.
actor.
No, I don't see it for an actor. I'm just saying like I didn't
Yeah, I
even know
know,
she was
but,
in
like-
it.
If
But
you
like
watch
that
Nocturnal
fact that she
Animals,
was
I
in
hate
it.
it.
Mm, yeah, but like I know there's a lot of people who go to movies specifically for an actor, but I just don't understand that mindset.
I go for director mostly, and like if there's a good actor in it,
Yeah.
I'll like kind of maybe tailor that towards like seeing it.
There's a couple actors that it will make me more interested if I see that they're in the film.
I
But, I mean, like all other factors have to have
Yeah.
some,
Well-
heightened relevance, even if they're not perfect. So,
My
like
favorite-
Hell or High Water,
Yeah.
I love Ben Foster. I think he's very underrated. Seeing him in the cast made me want to see it more than if he wasn't in the cast. I wound up enjoying it quite a bit. So.
Well, my philosophy with it is that I specifically try to avoid learning specific actors because it helps me immerse myself in the film more if I don't know that, oh, look, that's Morgan Freeman, Like, if I see that that's Morgan Freeman, I'll just say that's Morgan Freeman.
But I think that the greatest actors are able to do that regardless. So when, like, you can't,
Like
fucking,
Daniel Day
like, it doesn't matter how much you know Heath Ledger. You see the Joker, and that's why one of the things that made the performance so great. Ben Foster, in most of the films that I've seen him in, like he transforms into a character, and I don't see the actor, I see the character. And I feel like a lot of I feel like
That was my grandfather.
You sent your grandfather to the Godfather. You piece of shit. You should be strung up by a tree. Lynch him now.
Sorry.
I thought that was intentional because you were adding like deep music to what Adam was saying.
The Godfather theme. Adam's explain movies just playing.
I feel like there's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of very popular, and a decent amount of them are great, but a lot of very popular name actors that get typecast into a variety of films because the casting agents and the directors know that they're good at playing a certain type of character, and so when they have that character that they know, they write a character and they're like, oh, this character is just like what he played in the other movie, or maybe they'll write it so that it does seem like that actor, and then inevitably a lot of actors get typecast and they wind up playing the same role over and over and over again, and it kind of sucks. And sometimes all it takes is for an actor to be thrust into a role that you wouldn't really associate them with. So a good example is like Bryan Cranston, who nobody thought that he could do anything other than fucking Malcolm in the Middle,
Crazy
Hal, or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, Breaking Bad, people are like, holy shit, he can really transform himself as a
really
character.
threw
And
that
that's
pizza.
yeah. Oh my God, they had to issue a notice online to tell people to stop throwing pizzas on the roof.
Yeah.
People would drive by and throw pizza. That was a great scene. That was an amazing scene.
Scraping.
Yeah! I've never seen such a great reaction to like just an angry outburst destroying a pizza.
The lady who lives in that house is apparently like a pretty nice person, so I don't know. I kind of feel bad that she's constantly getting fucking pizzas thrown on her roof.
Oh, that's free pizza. What?
Oh, imagine the
Free
first
pizza.
I do it.
That is.
The goal is
Why do
people
people
want the
keep throwing
toppings
pizzas
down
in
too. Nobody wants to land it up perfectly. It's like
He landed up perfectly.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally did as though someone were spinning dough. It like flew like a flying saucer.
His Italian, his secret hidden Italian genes just took over, and he
Didn't he do that right on the first shot?
Yeah.
I have to imagine that they did not plan for the pizza to go on the roof. Because the way he throws it, he literally just throws the box up like that. And the pizza escapes all in one shot, all onto the roof. It feels like that happened, and then they were like, okay, well,
so yeah,
let's just leave it that way. And then later they referenced it, and it was really funny.
What about the behind the scenes?
Yes, if you watch the behind the scenes, they actually planned it to go on the roof. They were just yes, you can see Brian lighting up the shot. Yes, and
I have the Blu-rays now. I want to watch that.
And the great part is the fact that he did it all in one try.
Yeah.
So, first time, perfect take.
Mark. So.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sorry about the Godfather thing, but like the reason for it is because my dog likes to sing to this song. So whenever my grandfather calls,
the dog father. I was gonna say
only dog forgives.
I was gonna say if Adam was like the Godfather, he'd be like, the Godfather.
That's pretty good.
Spiritual secrets of cool kids.
Imagine if that was in the movie. The music swells, all of a sudden a dog in the middle of the room. Somebody's gotta get rid of this damn dog.
Come here, buddy. Buddy, come here.
What kind of dog?
What's his name?
Is Buddy.
Buddy. Aw.
Buddy.
That's a like perfect dog name.
Dog's purpose.
My grandfather named my grandfather. He just decided to call the last dog Buddy, even though that wasn't its name. So I'm just like, he's gonna get called Buddy anyway. But Buddy, come here. Come here, buddy.
I don't want a dog.
Oh, furry buddy.
My
parents own like this Papillon. It looks exactly like a fucking Eevee.
Nice.
Like from Pokemon. Yeah, it's adorable.
Oh shit, I'm feeling it. Papillon.
It'd be great if she said her own species name. It was like Papillon, Papillon.
It actually sounds like a Pokemon name.
Yeah.
Yeah, look them up. Like they look exactly like Pokemon.
It's cute.
Bark.
Yes.
Bork.
No, I said bark.
Oh, I'm just used to it. Every time I walk down the streets, I think dogs are trying to have conversations.
What were you being asked when I was doing this thing to my face? What were we talking about? I feel like I had something to add to the conversation, and then I got distracted
we were talking about Bryan Cranston and the pizza thing, I think.
No, I think we moved. Somebody asked Mark a question, and he was saying something.
It was Mark. How do you get those handsome features?
Somebody asked you a question.
Mark, how are you so beautiful?
He talking about some performance in a movie. Was it the jar thing? It kind of happened out of nowhere.
Come here, puppy.
What?
The jar thing?
Jar thing.
Wait, you're asking when he did it, right?
Oh, when Bryan Cranston puts the jar up his ass and it breaks. That was a really powerful scene. I don't often use the word brave, but I would say it was a brave performance.
I don't remember.
I was gonna say if Adam was the Godfather, and like somebody comes to him, it's like, oh, but Adam, what's the movie that you like or you hate that everyone likes? Toy Story 3. Let's say that, whatever. It's like, oh, Adam, but the Toy Story 3, it's so good. And you'd be like,
the Toy Story 3.
An Italian man.
and then Don Adam Corleone is like, I'll give him an example he can't refute.
More like Coltione. Horse joke. Nobody
laughs.
Oh, I see.
No one laughed.
Well, nobody else is gonna know what like the different terminologies for horses are.
Oh, everybody knows like a few horse terms. You got your colts, you got your stallions, you got your
saddle,
you got your bronies,
you got your furry, you got your
Actually, yeah, Adam, bronies and furries in the same camp.
Sorry?
Would you consider bronies and furries to be in the same camp?
There's some crossover, but they're completely different.
Okay, yeah, I think so too.
Well, because I mean, like, bronies are fans of a television show. That doesn't mean that they're furries. whether or not they have like their brony, like, their cutie mark or whatever, like whether or not they whether or not they have like a persona for their brony or whatever, they can consider themselves furries if they want. But I think the majority of bronies aren't, because the bronies, when you look at like BronyCon shit, there's so many like cringy little kids there, which is very different from.
It's not a phase, Mom.
Like the furry community has a healthy mix. I would say.
Yeah, I had way more fun at the FurCon I went to than the BronyCon. I'll tell you that much.
You know, like, because here's right off the bat why a BronyCon just sounds like so completely unappealing. First of all, I don't think the show's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like. There's nothing. There would be nothing for me there. Second, if it's based off of a kids show, it's going to be a G-rated con. You're not gonna be able to like drink or anything. Like you're not like there's like what are you there for? And then, you know, so like there's a bit of crossover, and I know some, very few, but I know some people that are bronies. And so there was a Vancouver brony convention that happened. And so me and like a lot of my, sorry, not me, but a lot of my close furry friends were like, hey, we're going to hit up the brony convention. I'm like, why? They're like, because they don't know how to party. We're going to bring the party to them. I'm like, well, why do you need to go somewhere else to have the party if you're the party? It's like, why do you want to go somewhere where there is no party?
Yeah, you go get drunk and watch My Little Pony.
That's not a reason to go there, because you can bring the party anywhere. You know, you don't have to bring the party to the fucking bronies. Just seem like so stupid. And like, I'm perfectly fine with my public image. You know, retweeting pictures of me at a convention or whatever for like furry shit, but I wouldn't want any photos of getting out of me at a brony convention, because that's not accurate. And all it would take would be a photo for someone to see like, haha, proof he's a brony. But it's like, I'm not, you know?
Yeah, I consider myself like a part-time brony. Like, I'll go to a convention, I'll watch the show, but these card-carrying fucking brony, I'm definitely not in that camp.
I'm glad bronies exist, because it has taken away a lot of hate from furries.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Pretty much pretty much like the stereotype, like negative association of furries. A lot of those people wound up associating more with the bronies than with the furries anymore.
They saw the
so they kind of like left, and it kind of weeded out the group a bit more in our favor, I think, in my favor, especially.
It's like Stalin to Hitler.
Yeah.
Damn. that got real fast.
Nobody laughs harder at your own jokes than you, Mark.
I like
Nobody.
I like his jokes.
It's like
I like his reaction.
You give yourself knee slappers.
For my own joke.
I feel bad laughing at his jokes. I feel like an enabler.
Mark's laugh. That's not even his jokes. I just like his laugh.
Mark adding something.
Yeah, I
fresh.
think your reaction to your jokes sort of like amplifies them.
It's to try and get other people to laugh because he has a funny laugh.
It's never forced. I'll admit, it's never forced. I actually never intend to laugh at my own jokes. It just they happen to be hilarious. I do feel like that's a fair comparison. Stalin would be furries, your typical furry, and Hitler would be a brony. And it's just like Stalin's done horrible, probably worse things and more atrocious than any furry. And
Adam, are you gonna take this?
I took all of it. He's gonna take it, and he's gonna like it. And I feel like Hitler just took the spotlight, just like bronies. So
now I just imagine Stalin going to a furry convention.
Yeah,
I don't know if the brony thing's dying down or not. Because there's a lot less people talking about them. That's for sure.
Because they turned human.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everything's a movie.
But I mean,
not sexual anymore. I don't like
the show's still going, right?
Oh yeah, that's the biggest
probably
difference.
I think they're having like a movie or something at some point.
Yes,
that's not like the fucking We're Humans Now movie.
My Little Pony the movie, 2017.
Yeah.
Emily Blunt, so is Saldana.
Like that's the one thing I wonder. Like, what are they gonna do when the show inevitably ends and it's over? Like, then what?
They will die.
Go into
I don't
another
know,
show.
'cause,
the
I mean,
people who
like-
are making the show now they've done stuff in the past. They were the same people who did Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yeah, that's why people really like the show.
You can still have like a fandom and a healthy, an active fandom for media that doesn't exist anymore. Like
Star Trek.
there's been that kind of shit a lot of different places.
Yeah.
So who knows whether or not it'll continue with ferocity. But yeah, brony conventions are a prime source of YouTube cringe material, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, it made me really.
That one dance.
Minecraft Con is way worse.
Oh yeah,
There's a Minecraft con?
Oh my god!
Yes.
Have you ever seen the questions asked there?
Yes,
There's one kid,
I've seen the
there's
memes.
this one kid who goes there every fucking year, and he tells everyone that it's his birthday, and they need to type Kappa.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Fucking, he did that to Jeff from Rooster Teeth, and Jeff was just like, we shouldn't have come here.
I met Jeff very, very briefly.
Oh yeah? What was he like?
He has a lot of tattoos,
Asshole.
but I already knew that. He seemed nice. I don't know. I didn't really get a. It was at RTX, and it was during the It was like at the industry party or whatever. So there was a lot of mingling, and obviously more. A lot of the Rooster Teeth people, especially high profile Rooster Teeth people, are gonna have a lot of people trying to talk to them at once, and so I didn't really try to barge in on any conversation, but I did try to get at least one out of everybody that I noticed from Rooster Teeth. I did try to get just at least a hey, I don't know if you know who I am, love your content, handshake, whatever. Out of all of them, I think Jack was the friendliest.
No.
Yeah.
Did you have a panel
I can
there?
picture that.
Or were you just there to hang out?
Sorry, what?
Did you have any panel there?
I did have a panel, but I didn't really it wasn't really advertised as a YMS panel.
Yeah, because I was looking for a panel from you.
Yeah, I did a panel. It's uploaded on this very same channel that this is live streaming. This Hangout is live streaming to. It was a panel on fair use. I basically one of the live action production designer for Rooster Teeth, Marcus Laporte, I believe his name is, recommended that I do a panel on fair use because he saw my cool cat thing, and apparently he's used it as in conversations with legal about what they can show, and Rooster Teeth had a Starbucks parody, and they were like, yeah, you can show the actual logo because it's part of a parody, so that was cool. He was like, hey, you should do a panel, and so I did, and it wasn't really advertised as a YMS panel, and I'm thinking if I do want to do another panel this year, it would be kind of cool, I think, but an hour-long talk about legal issues was a little stressful in terms of preparing and research and very time-consuming.
Yeah.
So I think I'd like to do a Q&A this year or something, and just hang a meetup.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that shit, and people can call it lazy, but I'd like to at least once experience the lazy kind. I'd like to experience it once and just have a
Google Hangout, but in person.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be at
That'd be
PAX?
cool.
You should have a fake TED Talk, and then there's a screen that goes with a PowerPoint. You have a laser and a next thing. It's example 1, memes. It just says memes in Comic Sans or Joker font. And you're just
Great.
what? It's let's talk about memes, people. You have a Bluetooth, and you're sorry guys, I gotta take this. Listen, Brian,
it be weird?
I'm doing a TED Talk.
If I just if I just fucking made a surprise troll panel where I just it was all scripted out, started talking about bullshit.
Yeah.
You should do a panel with Mert where he just talks over you the whole time.
I keep coming in and just walking from. Listen, guys, it's like this channel's about me now.
He's drunk.
You do a bad joke, and then all of a sudden you burst out laughing yourself.
I make some heinous joke about race and or sexual.
That's what I'd be worried about if I like, because that's Rooster Teeth is like the company. You know, you don't want to like, you don't want to say really.
You know the.
You don't want to say shit that'll.
You know
get
the
them,
Funhouse
that'll
guys.
result in people sending them letters asking why they allowed us to be on their thing. You
The
know?
Funhouse guys literally have a video on their channel called "Nazis Are Awesome." I think you're all set.
I don't know.
They're not exactly all that PC.
I know
You
that
do wanna be
I think that they're a great company and that they're
I could use
like the you know their general business overall is pretty fucking cool. I think. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I don't really know what I could get away with saying. I just wouldn't want to push it.
That's what the panel's about.
I could take whatever I find from that video and say leave my limitations to like whatever they said in that video. The worst that they have to offer. And then if anybody gets mad, I'd be like, I'm just literally saying what Rooster Teeth said.
Adam, are you going to be at PAX East?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. I might be at PAX West one year, but I was invited. There was somebody. Forget who they were, but they're like an exhibitor there or something, and they invited me. They're like, "Oh yeah, I could get you a ticket," but it conflicted with something, and so it didn't make sense. So.
Will Merc be
Never been, but I don't know. It could be cool.
No, think he's talking about me.
Heads up, FYI. I'm gonna end this stream in like a couple minutes.
Real quick question.
Yeah, we've been going for like almost 3 hours now. So,
but I just want to know, like, I'm trying to start up like a webcomic thing, and I just want to build an audience, and just for starting out, building. I mean, I do have connections to Snafu Comics, but I do want to just know like any advice for how to start up like an audience.
Well, find appropriate forums and perhaps subreddits or places that would be open for your type of material to be shared. Completely don't do it like aggressively. You don't want to get like blacklisted on Reddit.
I wouldn't want to be like aggressive about it.
Yeah.
That'd be jerky.
Well, so you're making a webcomic, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I did Skullboy on Snafu Comics for a really long time, and I'm just kind of tired of it, so I'm doing something new now. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's gonna be like a Dungeons and Dragons inspired thing. You want me to send you like a message with like what I'm doing, or?
Sure.
Okay. Like here on YouTube.
Don't send me anything through YouTube messages. Send me through Patreon.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what YouTube messages looks like anymore.
Oh, right. They fucked with that. Right.
It's always been awful, so I've never used it.
Yeah. All right, I'll send you something later. Thanks.
Yeah. For anybody, like I guess in general, wondering about like audience building, I think I've said this before. I don't know in a Hangout or not, but a very important thing to recognize, not just with YouTube, but like the entire internet, is that what gets the most attention is associative or derivative material, which is why commentary channels are huge, which is why Wall Street Journal decided to make an article about PewDiePie, et cetera, et cetera. Which is why, having a film review channel can, gain an audience, is because people are already talking about the movies. They want to see other opinion on the movies. So,
so you mean like topical stuff?
But you could say topical, but any kind of like associative or like derivative, or perhaps any kind of I guess topical would also work. Like if it's something like maybe a little political, or kind of like having a statement on something without being too like heavy-handed or ham-fisted. So like if you look at a channel that I mentioned, like F&D Films, for their It's All Good film or whatever, their highest viewed videos, like all of their videos are pretty good, but their highest viewed ones are ones that are like they're making some kind of statement that people agree with, and that's what people will share. So there was one that was like Tap Out Crew, and they weren't really being overly political about it, but it was kind of saying like, oh yeah, people wearing the Tap Out shirts are just kind of pussies, sort of thing. Something like that. You have to, those are the types of things that people will share is something that.
See, I could totally have done that with the Skullboy comics, but now I'm doing a fucking fantasy Dungeons and Dragons thing. It's not exactly like I can make a
exactly.
Trump
So
joke.
I don't know. It really depends on the context, I guess.
All right. Well, anyway, I've taken up enough time. Thanks for answering all my questions.
No problem. Does anybody else have any?
I have one question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
I'll get through all your questions before I end it. I won't end it before the questions.
Nice to meet you, Mark. Nice to meet you, Adam.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Boy.
Bye. So who else? Let's.
So I was wondering, I hadn't seen you talk about that. Were there any albums last year that you particularly like that you would recommend to people?
I still haven't gotten a good chance to listen to. What was that new Death Grips one? Was it Bottomless Pit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I listened to some of it and I really liked it, but I've kind of just been. I bought it also, and I know I'm going to enjoy it, but I haven't given it a. I don't know what kind of mood I want to be in before I listen to it, but I'll know when it's coming. Connor Oberst's Ruminations was fucking fab. That's one of the best things he's done in a while. And what sucks is now, like, he's like, ooh, that was successful, and now he's doing the full band version, which kind of defeats the point, I think, because like Ruminations, like it had so much. Like personability and the tone of him just doing everything solo, it fit it so well that to do it with his full band or whatever, Connor Oberst and I don't know who else is in it, but like I've never really liked what he's done collaboratively unless it involves like Mike Mogus. So like Monsters of Folk was awesome. Bright Eyes is my favorite band. But yeah, Connor Oberst's Ruminations, I thought that was a great album. I don't know what other albums I could list in 2016 that I've listened to. I don't know. What's on my? I don't know. Is there something on Spotify? When was Little Dicky's album released? Was that 2016 or 2015?
I think that was 2015.
I was like, maybe.
Professional.
It could have been like
I think that was
very early in 2016, but I don't know. Maybe.
Have you got a chance to listen to? Do you listen to Clipping at all?
Who?
Clipping.
Clipping.
My rap group.
No, I don't know.
I would recommend the album Splendor and Misery by Clipping. You should check that out. That's pretty good.
Blue Star, welcome back. Although I've got bad news, we are ending the hangout.
Wow, this is fucking. So I'm like right at the start, right at the end.
Yeah.
Okay with that.
Well, I was just getting through the final questions portion. So.
I mean, I do have a question. Have you seen It's Only the End of the World yet? I saw it yesterday.
Not yet. But I will watch it.
You're definitely gonna like it. It's good, but it's definitely not as fantastic as Mommy, I think.
I'm expecting that.
I mean, it is good though.
The reviews were a little like weirdly harsh for this, so I don't know.
It is good.
I'm open-minded about it, obviously, and it is something that I'm gonna have to. I'm committing myself to watching it, even if I don't expect it to be.
I'm seeing. I might as well show this off because I'm seeing.
Oh shit! Nice.
Tomorrow. It's a preview of it. Like they're doing. And I'll just show this. The Handmaiden.
Good.
Oh, nice.
As well.
Yeah, Handmaiden's dope. I love it.
The Piano Teacher.
Oh boy, fantastic film. That's a weird mix, because like the Piano Teacher, like, is it because she's nominated for Elle?
Yeah, they're showing a bunch of.
Which is really weird because it's like the Piano Teacher is the much better film and a much better performance. But anyway, I love that movie to pieces.
If you haven't seen it, definitely see it.
I will check it out. Any other questions? We had.
No, I was talking about the Piano Teacher.
No. That's my secret, Emmanuel Lopez. I'm always depressed as fuck. That's my secret.
I saw that you rated American Ultra. Just want to hear your thoughts on it because I was kind of conflicted.
So it's very strange coming from the perspective of somebody who knows, not like extremely well, but is friends with the screenwriter. And Mark's reading comments. And so like, I know that at least, especially around the time the film was released, he was very proud of what it was, and like he was excited about it, and he was, I think, upset with how it did financially because he saw no reason why it shouldn't have been a big hit. And so with that film, and I would also say with Mr. Right, although I would not consider the scripts to be like amazing, fantastic scripts, they do shine a lot better than what the film allowed them to be. And so I guess like it kind of puts things in a different perspective when you watch it. So like American Ultra, like a lot of the like quirky kind of dialogue that certain characters had, like it was very obvious that the word like was written into the script in between words that they were saying, and that he wanted it to be like a mannerism of the character, and that was cool. But as for the overall presentation of the film, I don't like Jesse Eisenberg. I don't like Kristen Stewart.
But he was really good in Batman v Superman.
Ding 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 ding. It wasn't particularly like, yeah, I don't think that they did a great job with the film, even though like, yeah, whether or not you think that like their appearance fits the character, et cetera, I don't think that they're great actors, and they kind of annoy me. Maybe I'm a little biased. And then as for the like directing, there were a lot of like really kind of try hard to be cool elements to it. Oh, you know what really made me not like the film as much as I would have if this hadn't been the case? The soundtrack. The soundtrack was so bad. Yeah, I hated the score. Every instance of that fucking score was just so, sounded like garage band shit. Oh, it was so awful. That can really affect me in a film, as I've probably mentioned in reviews too. So yeah, I mean, like, overall, I kind of liked it. I didn't have a negative experience with the overall product, but it's just watching it just made me upset that you know, it wasn't the product that it could have been based on what the script was. And again, not a super amazing, fantastic script, but it had elements. It had, you know, elements to it that I really would have loved to have seen done in a film, but not in one with a really shit soundtrack with actors I don't like that would try hard to be cool directing. So that's a little unfortunate. But now Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency is now on Canadian Netflix. I don't know when it's coming out on American Netflix. I think next month. And so I've watched the first couple episodes of that, and it is a little refreshing seeing what the product is with him having full creative control now. And so I personally, based on the first two episodes, it's my favorite thing he's done since Chronicle. I haven't seen everything he's done, but it's something that I'm like enjoying, not on a level of like, so if we're talking about shows that I'm watching right now, like Nirvana the band, the show, I'm gonna watch as soon, like immediately as soon as every episode's out. Dirk Gently, I am enjoying it, and I like what it is, but I'm watching it casually, and I'm a comfortable pace. And it is an entertaining and enjoyable series that I think suits his writing style very well with the episodic format. It's a very long answer to a very simple question.
He's coming. He's hungry. Sorry.
Just to say to anyone
What
out
was
there
that
who
from?
hasn't.
You haven't seen the movie yet. We're gonna watch it, by the way. Dawn of Justice.
Oh.
Can't wait.
Sorry,
just
Blue Sir, before you ask anything else, I think there was somebody else that had a final question. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody before I end the hangout.
I have one final
Yes.
thing. This is gonna be really self-indulgent and obnoxious, but I made a Rogue One video that took me a very long time to make, and I would appreciate, just giving it a check out.
Giving it a checkout.
Yes.
Bare minimum commitment.
Yes.
Yes, I can do that. Do you want to send me the link in a Patreon message?
Yeah, or I can send it to this chat.
You can post it. Yeah, you can.
You can send it. You can send it in this chat, but I'm not gonna watch it until later. So it would be well. You know what? Post it in the chat so that other people can see it regardless. But please do send me a message later because that when I'm like winding down either later tonight or maybe tomorrow night, then I'll check the messages and just give it a watch. Because pretty much right as soon as I end this hangout, I'm gonna be planning or trying to coordinate plans to meet up with friends that invited me to a comedy show tonight. So, yeah, I'm not gonna watch it immediately, but please. I'll also leave a tab open on this browser. Why don't I do that? Yeah.
It's just that if you don't want to see the video,
I mean,
add it to your watch later.
So maybe I have to wait until I actually see the movie, though.
Well, if you don't want to see the movie, then you can just watch my video instead, because I basically covered the entire movie.
I want to see it eventually, so I don't know if I can commit to checking it out for sure. But I might not actually. I just realized that I might not actually do that until I actually see the film. Which is it out on video yet?
No.
Is it out on like Netflix?
I really enjoy it.
I mean, iTunes.
I see it in
It's
the
out on Pirate Bay.
recommended.
I see a lot of like ads for it. I know it's coming out soon, right?
What?
Rogue One on like video or something?
I don't know, I guess so. I really enjoyed E:'R's video on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's long, but it's very thorough, and it kind of like talks about Star Wars in general. And I actually really enjoyed his opinion on it. It's like ultimately, like, kind of to sum it up in case you don't want to watch it. He says it's not great. It's not good, but it's certainly better than The Force Awakens.
April 4th is the Blu-ray release.
April 4th.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can watch it around then. Feel free to send me a reminder at any point, because
no, it's fine.
Every once in a while, something with my browser fucks up and I lose all my tabs, and then I'm like, I don't even know what I lost. And
you should get one tab. There's an app that saves all your tabs. You click a button and just like
tap out.
Shit, boys. Okay. Okay. So we got everybody for their final questions, right? And I think
I was just gonna say one more thing at the end.
But did I miss anybody else?
I just want to know if you think Disney's oversaturation of Star Wars is gonna cause people to lose interest in the brand.
I think it already has, but it's not enough people. I think there's talk about it, and what sucks about it is like even people who acknowledge it and will say that and genuinely feel that way are still going out to see the Star Wars films. So that's part of the reason why I didn't rush to see it is like I don't want to be a contributor to this environment where people treat a Star Wars spin-off film as a you have to see this and you have to review it film for everybody involved, because it just like it's not a genuine thing. It's because of the hype, and I don't want to contribute to this artificial, socially constructed hype of Star Wars, especially Star Wars spin-off. Like every single Star Wars movie that comes out for the next fucking 20 years. I don't want to be doing that. I'm not going to contribute to that environment. I'm going to protest this shit. Star Wars is a social construct. Okay. Anybody else? That was pretty much everything.
That's not me.
Yes. Everybody else.
Oh, by the way, congrats on like actually getting over 1,000 Patreon followers.
Yeah, but I'm still waiting for the plaque though. I'm still waiting. I emailed my Patreon creator care person, and he said he would check on it, but it's been so long I might actually send him another email.
Yeah.
It's taking a while to respond, so I'm hoping that I get it. I don't. So far, it's not here, but I will show it off as soon as I get it. To let everybody know, thank you for helping me get it, because it was like based off of requests. All right, Blue Sir, you had one final.
Just a few things.
Sure.
For those of you who haven't seen Tickled yet, it's free. It's not free. It's available to rent on YouTube for anyone who hasn't seen it.
It's been on iTunes.
That's how I saw it. And for anyone like
really good.
For anyone who's looking for a good, I would say, kind of dumb, fun action film, like John Wick 2 is actually pretty decent. Like the action scene, like it's worth seeing. I would say for the action scenes alone, which are
I'll check it out.
for the most part really well done. But
I will also check it out, but I'm
like
not
me,
rushing to see
I
it.
haven't seen the first one.
Pretty good.
You know what? Like based on what I'm kind of expecting that I'll like John Wick 2 more than I like the first one.
That's likely.
That's how I'm feeling about it, because
it's pretty much the first one, except just a bit better all around.
That's how I feel it will be, based on my own gut instinct.
Yeah, you are
Like it's worth it for the action alone. I mean,
No.
whatever.
Oh.
All right. Final words. I'm gonna end this shit. Everybody good? Yes.
Sad.
Buddy,
Final
sing
words.
us out.
I love you, Adam.
I love you too.
Sing us
Thank
out,
you.
boy.
Thank you.
Like the Godfather thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, dog pod.
No other songs?
That he also sings along to the Godzilla roar.
Oh.
Oh.
Big boy.
Oh yeah.
All right.
This was by far the best hangout I've ever been on.
Oh great. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Because of Buddy.
Thank you so much for your support.
Thanks for putting up with me.
Thanks for putting up.
Actually, Adam, just before you go,
Sure.
This is probably because I I pledged you again not too long ago, but I didn't receive an email.
Oh, you didn't? Did you receive a message on Patreon?
On Patreon, yes, but not an email.
Oh well, it's.
I don't know.
That would be in your Patreon settings then, right? Because you would control whether or not they send you an email based on the message. So I don't. So
it's cool. I mean, I'm just.
Well, because I mean, like way back.
I did receive them, yeah.
And the reason why is because Google Hangouts didn't allow for a shareable link to invite people, and so I had to use their system where you had to type in every single, or copy and paste every single email address, and every time I did that, it would always miss people. So I don't use that anymore. I don't do invites by email. I send them through Patreon message, and if you don't see a Patreon message there, if for whatever reason that doesn't send because that's not perfect, there's a post made on like my Patreon feed that you should be able to see, and I make it visible to $10 patrons or more.
Yeah, that's how I came here.
Yeah. So just for future reference, that's how it would be done, is through Patreon. Anyway, thank you guys so much. That was a lovely hangout. Thank you for the company, and
good to be back.
Thank you very much for your support. I will have the Childhood Trauma Part 3 should be out by March 7th. I would be very, very surprised if it wasn't. But yeah, it's unfortunate that I couldn't get the whole thing done this month, but fuck it. I think it's gonna be over 25 minutes long though, so.
Jesus
Christ.
Yeah, you know what? I actually
most handsome boy signing out.
Anyway, I've been streaming some of the editing process. I'll see some of you guys tomorrow for the Oscars, I guess, on Twitch. Anyway, thank you so much.
Wait, the Oscars are tomorrow.
They are. So on my Twitch stream, I'll be commenting on it. Thank you so much. Peace out, guys.
Bye.
Don't